Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream. It's me, Mr. CardConomist. We're live again. Here we are. So, Death Rivals break close. In fact, there's only one spot left in it. Crimson Invasion, a box split. We should also say new Lorcana, Attack of the Vine. So, our titles just talk about what's going on in the stream. Pretty uncomplicated. Let's jump over here. All right. Doop, 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 doop. Here it is, live alert. We're going live for Wednesday night. All right. We'll hit send. Good. And now we'll post this. All right. And now let's see. So we've got those pinged. Let's go ahead and ping Instagram and Facebook. Hey, what's up, Chris G? How's it going, man? We got Chris G with us? Damn. Let's see. Ooh, was there not a video posted today? When was this one posted? This one was posted one day ago. Maybe this is the video posted today. The Pokeball video? All right, let's go ahead and delete this. And we'll post instead this. There we go. All right. 7:30. Wow. The time flies, man. Hey, what's up, Musabot? How's it going, man? So, let's see. That was Instagram. Let's go grab Facebook. Oh, yeah. You're free today. Hello, free. I'm TCC today. All right, here we go. Let's see. Is Facebook still going to do that weird crap that I don't want it to do? Yes. Boy, what's up with Facebook? Facebook's gotten weird. It's so slow, too. What the hell? Holy hell, it's slow. All right, we'll delete that. And we'll paste this in. And we'll hit enter. Okay, and then we'll close this up. Now, that's done. Miss Alexis got the shipping done, so that's good. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and pin the website. Here, let's go back to the main website. Sort by popularity. Wow, according to popularity, the #1 most popular pack on the website is Pokemon 151 Surprise? That's crazy. I didn't expect that. It's holding on to that title. All right, and now the latest sets. Let's go ahead and grab this. I like to do it by latest sets so that you automatically open latest sets. We're going to pin that. Okay, it's pinned. So that's all set up. Let's check ads. Ads are turned on automatically. Perfect. I think we're done. I think the setup is done. Let's see what kind of orders we got. Did somebody order the last spot over here? Say refresh. I'm not really surprised on 151. They're a really great set. Well, it's the 151 Surprise. The one with the Pikachu Gengar in it. All right, we just started. And from what it looks like, nobody has purchased the last spot in the Team Rocket Destined Rivals box break. It's a box break, so one person's going to walk away with the whole box. There we go. Closing that. Closing this. All right, there we are. Very nice. Let's see what you guys are doing. If you got time, explain about that Destined Rivals booster box break, how it works, why only 19 spots. Oh, so one person will take home the entire box. That's why. So it's going to be done with the custom booster packs. You've seen them before. Kind of like this Snorlax. Pull this back. All right. So you're buying for $40. You're buying one of my custom booster packs. You know them. These guys. These are custom booster packs. And I'm selling them for $40 each. And they're loaded up with one Pokemon card. So that is what you're buying. A custom booster pack with the Pokemon card inside. And one of the packs will actually have the Psyduck drawing in it. And I will trade you the Psyduck drawing for this box right here. So that's it. You're buying one of my custom booster packs. Maybe we can slip in some bonus pulls. It's a pretty big one. Sometimes when the break's really big, we slip in a bonus pull or two. I don't really have any anything planned for that, but I don't mind. Yeah, we're close. There's only one spot on this from what I understand. Let me grab this. Pokebox time. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, everybody. 18. We're just one away from the Destined Rivals box going off. 18. It's the box break. After that, I don't really know what box break we'll host next. People really like the box breaks. People strongly prefer it. It's such a good product because, you know, you can always open booster packs and pull Pokemon cards out. But what if you could open a booster pack and pull a whole box of Pokemon cards out? Pretty cool, right? Free for first-time buyers, Charmander and Ghastly. We're going to be showing this off a lot because we'd like to meet some new people. What do you think of that Koro comic Ivy Pikachu promo? I've looked at it. It's pretty damn ugly. I don't really care about it. Logan Paul can try to, like, promote it 100,000 times, but ultimately it's just not attractive looking. Here's Don Lucci. Here's Hitmonlee. Here's Ampharos. Wow, from the year 2000. Oh, let's get the zoom going, huh? Hold on. So we're going to go to Camera Pro, turn this off, and then we're going to go to here. There it goes. All right. Giggity. Look at all those. Don't those look lovely? They look lovely. So lovely. I sent for the box break. It's done. Don't try to buy in. It is over. Arturo took the last spot. Good luck in there, Mr. Arturo. Logan Paul trying to pump the price. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think he's trying to use his fame to go pump the price of a card that nobody really cared about before. Now, I don't mind people doing that. For example, maybe the card was undervalued, and maybe he noticed that and took advantage of that. However, I just think it's ugly. Arturo Perez. That's the thing I have with it. I think it's actually quite ugly. Also, he claims it was the first Pokemon card ever printed. Is there a way to truly verify that? I don't know if there's a way to truly verify that. But, you know, you had some sets that people thought might have been the first cards. Like, for example, the Cardos Prism cards or whatever, right? So, or I call them Cardos Game Boys, what I call them. So it's like, I feel like we need to see the official rules on which one finished. You know, I'm sorry, not finished. Got done, got printed first. So this is finished. This is it. This is for the Destined Rivals box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There it is. We got 19 cards. Let's show off all the names. So we're showing off the names. Boop, 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 boop. All right, good luck, you guys. Here's Psyduck. He's the chase pull, as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so we have 19 booster packs. Let's build them up. So each pack shall contain a Pokemon card. That's right. You're getting a Pokemon card out of the booster pack. That's what you have purchased. Again, one of the packs will contain Psyduck. He's the chase card. If you pull him, I will be happy to trade him for the Rocket Box. You are. That's because the Psyduck is obviously worth millions of dollars, it being my hand-drawn art. All right. All right. All right. I was just listening to your previous video of your experience putting your stuff in a cup, and I saw you went live. Putting your stuff in a cup. Oh, God, dude. I was like, what is he talking about, a cup? And then I realized what you were talking about. Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting experience. What did you think of that? If you've never done it, you got to try it. It's lovely. It's lovely. So here we are. Here we are. So I mentioned we'll try and put in some bonus pulls here, and I wasn't kidding. So what do we get? We got anything cool. Let's put in a Kangaskhan. We'll put in, let's put in this Natu from the XY era. So those would be some bonus pulls. We get some bonus pulls in there. You guys like the bonus pulls? What happened to that? There was a bag where it was a guy who had a whole bunch of 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good. Who was the guy who had all of the Disney poker cards? Is it this guy? Let's get a Disney poker card in there if we can. Hilarious and definitely uncomfortable situation. Oh, yeah, it was weird as hell, man. Never done anything like that before. Weird as hell. Handing that cup off to that girl, I was like, all right, here you go. Here's the stuff. So here we are. You guys, some people will be pulling hotter booster packs. So now it's a little more like a regular Pokemon booster, right? Because that's kind of how it works. Some of the packs have more meaningful hits in them. So we're kind of mimicking them there. Okay. Hey, you know, if this grades 10, it could be a $100 card easily. And same here. These cards are from the XY era. It's pretty good, right? Okay, couple bonus pulls in there. Do you think Logan is a conceited, obnoxious, rich guy? Yeah. Everybody's out for themselves to a certain degree, right? Like, don't you want to make a lot of money? Don't you want to have a nice home in wherever you want to live? Don't you want Sea-Doos? So to a certain degree, everybody's kind of competing for a better paycheck or, you know, just to make more money somehow. And he does it by drawing attention to himself. Jeff Bezos does it by building a corporation. Elon Musk does it with invention. So everyone kind of tries to make it further and earn more money. And it is obnoxious to be stuck with the guy who's, you know, his biggest thing is that he shows himself off, right? Like he's a promoter. That's what I was saying about Jason Page. Jason Page is a promoter. But he doesn't get away with it because Logan Paul kind of gets away with it. He's young, he's handsome, he's strong. But Jason Page doesn't get away with it as much because he's kind of older. There's a point where it doesn't work anymore. Or you got to be really, really fit or really hot or something like that, you know. They call that the halo effect, I think, don't they? Elon does try to get on an island. Logan got away with Crypto Zoo also. Yeah, it's he's got a stomach of steel because he doesn't mind, I guess, affecting all those people in a negative way. I couldn't do that to people. It's not in me. You are. But I don't know. Maybe he knows the full story to it, and we've all been whipped up, and maybe everything Logan says is true, you know? So who knows? I don't really think too hard about it, to be honest with you. I've never been a Logan fan. All I know is he pumps the Pokemon market, and I'm in the Pokemon market. All right, guys, so there is the shuffle on the booster packs. Go ahead and give me a number. Hey, what's up, Mr. Dylan? Musubat. A lot of people lost money on that, too. Logan did the liquefy thing where he let people buy parts of his Illustrator, and then he sold it without giving them a cent. Yeah, actually, you know, that latest one with the Pikachu Illustrator, that does seem really unfair. Ba-doo. I need one number. We're doing the Destined Rivals box break right here, right now. Just give me a number so I can split the deck in half. Somebody in the audience, please. Somebody's destiny is in there. Somebody's Destined Rivals is in there. Mister, could you read what I said but 5? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said, I have PSA 10 Raikou. Would you be interested in buying or putting it up for consignment? I'm open-minded to that. Which one? The poker one? Yeah, the poker one? I gotta go get it. All right, now the names. There's a lot of names here. Okay. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. All right. Yes, poker whenever you can. All right, Chris Gonzalez, sell his poker card. Just shuffling up these names. Boom. All right, somebody from the audience, give me a number. You know, it's funny, it's probably a really exciting time for you guys, but I'm not in this break, so I just watch it go by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That was CEM choosing 17. All right, and there we have it. Somebody's fate is sealed. Let's open up our custom booster packs. Ki-Hyun Roh. You're pulling Arbok. So this is your pull from the booster. Ki-Hyun Roh. All that shuffling and his name shows up right next to each other. Boom. That's Lurantis. All right. Alicia Brown. Boom. She gets in a lot of these box breaks. She likes the box breaks. Joseph Smith. It could be you. Boom. Nope. NHCC. He's been in a lot of big breaks. Cold. You know, when you hit a big break, it's pretty amazing. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Here goes my booster box. Team Rocket Grunt. Sorry, Mr. Grunt. Here's Joseph Smith again. He had 2 spots in there. Okay, there's the washing machine. Savadooza Baby. Nope. Sarah scares me. When I see her name pop up, I just assume she's going to pull it. Ki-Hyun Roh. Oh, you get a Kangaskhan this time, though. All right, we'll put Kangaskhan into your bag. All right, so that is what a break feels like, Mr. Ki-Hyun Roh. What do you think of that? 1 Kangaskhan pull. Here's Alicia Brown. Oh, Alicia Brown on the side. That's why she gets in these box splits, man. The box breaks. That's Alicia Brown. Now, don't celebrate too soon. The number of names have to add up to the number of packs, so these have to match each other. So if they don't match each other, by the way, she doesn't get to have the Psyduck. We redo the whole thing. Here's TRG. Okay, let's kind of speed through the rest. Zachary. Mr. Zachary Bow, he's going to pull a Cobalion. Let's go find his bag. I feel like he shipped. He most certainly did. We're creating a new bag for Zachary. I'm out of spot $120 Kangaskhan. Yeah, it does work that way. You also get a lovely energy card with your name on it. That's kind of cool, right? That's the nature of it. It's kind of like how all booster packs work, right? Like when you open up a pack of Phantasmal Flames and all you pull out of that pack is like a reverse holo Pokemon card, that card might be worth like 25 cents at best, but you might have paid $16 for the pack. I mean, think about that. And the odds of actually pulling the chase are much lower in those packs. Yeah, you got to open up whole cases in order to pull 1 Charizard. All right, there we go. Here's Jack Woodworth. Oh, he's got the Ace of Hearts, Nemo. I almost called him Nami. It was kind of messing with my head. I was going to say Nami, but I knew it wasn't right. Nemo Nami. All right, let's grab this. Jack Woodworth. So we got these bonus pulls. We've got these, like this poker card here. There you go. Believe it or not, if that grade's 10, it's probably worth something. Probably worth like $100. Here's Arturo Perez. Mr. Arturo. Pulling cold. We know that. Zachary again. Ooh, Zachary actually pulls XY Era Natu. That's pretty good. It's an ancient trait card, actually. All right, so I'm sorry, Mr. Zachary. You did miss, but you actually pulled 2 solid cards out of here. Pretty cool. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Ooh, he was kind of deep in there, too. Here's Andrew Martin. Here's Javier. Picking up Thunderous. I can't remember his name. Javier. So Javier's going to get a new bag now. He's got his own box on this table, so I'm just going to put this up in the Javier box. Yeah, he's been sporting his own box this whole time. All right. And then last but not least, Andrew Martin. And there it is. Everything added up perfectly. So this is a correct run, and Alicia Brown pulls Psyduck. All right, I don't suppose she'll want the Rattata. She'll probably donate that. Okay. Now, I was talking to Alicia, and she told me she would rather keep the Psyduck instead of the Destined Rivals box. Remember that, Alicia? I specifically remember you saying that. Nah, I'm kidding. So now that she's pulled Psyduck, she trades it back to me. It's kind of like a placeholder for the Team Rocket box because you can't fit one into a booster. Comes up here. I'd love it if she opened it. I don't think she will. I think she'll leave it sealed. You're allowed to leave it sealed. That's what's special about those. And that's the end of it. All right. And now we have to record the outcome so that everyone can see it. It's going to say Sarah Doozababy. I'm sorry. It's going to say Alicia Brown. See, even when Alicia wins, I'm still thinking of Sarah. What do the tallies mean? That's how many times Psyduck has been traded back to me. One day, somebody really will keep the Psyduck. See, that's the thing. People actually do keep it. Last person to keep it was Hawk Camacho. He has a very rare item. All right. It's a Cardconomist drawing, and you could probably argue it has a little bit of value. You know, hand-drawn card has a little bit of value. I don't know what you think it's worth, but it's got my signature on it, and it's special memory from all our videos. So this is hers now, and I believe she pulled it for $80. Congratulations. Mister is always confusing the 5 women's names. It's because I like all of you guys so much. Here we are. Let me put this in here. That's not true. What are you talking about? That's slander. So I'm going to go ahead and post the results of the box break in our Breaks History channel. We're going right over here to Breaks History. And it's going to say Destined Rivals Box Break. And it's going to say Alicia. Oops. And the time shall be 22 minutes. Also, this channel called Current Breaks, I'm just going to get rid of the Current Breaks channel. I don't keep up with it. Current Breaks is gone. So Breaks History is done for Destined Rivals. Wow. Well, we could talk about what box should be next for the Destined Rivals. What do you guys think? Ooh. Ooh, Houndoom. Ooh, Quips Dragonair. Ooh, Ekans. And, ooh, Kicks. How about Crimson Invasion? Each spot takes 1 pack. Well, now we do have that. That already exists, actually. Right here, Crimson Invasion, $30 per pack. Here's the list. I've got 3 spots in there, and you can all jump in here, and when it's full, you can open up a pack together. It'll be really fun. We'll open the whole box together, and someone's probably going to pull Pikachu or Gengar, and hopefully it's me. We'll see who gets it. Somebody's going to get it. One of us will. I bet you one of us gets it. There's the, oh, wow. There were 2 cards over there. So here's the Rare Candy Charizard. What we just did with the Destined Rivals box, we're doing it with this slab as well. It's a $60 booster pack you have to buy, and your odds of pulling the Charizard are 1 in 36. There it is. Pretty cool. You know your exact odds in these breaks. Isn't that lovely? It's a lovely thing. Make a 36-pack custom box of Ascended Heroes. Yeah, that one would be really expensive, though. Let me see what that would look like. Ready? Divided by 40. Oh, it's not that crazy, actually. No, it's possible to do. Wonder if that one would move really fast. 36 packs of... I feel like, you know, we have the upcoming sets coming out soon. I probably, at this point, could host a box break on the new set, the Emeralda set. And so I wouldn't mind hosting that really fast. Is every card you have for sale for the right price? That's right. I strongly believe in that. Every card is for sale at the right price. All right. So... by the way, let me check my messages. See if I've got any deals in here. Aha, here we are. My main guy is now offering me the Storm Emeralda. And his price is terrible. Okay, divided by this number. Damn, bro. How popular do you guys think Storm Emeralda will be? So I just told him I'll take 3 cases of it. And I believe I've already got 3 cases coming, so that should set us up nicely. Okay. Let me do the math here. So I need a whole bunch of money. So I'm going to do a transfer into my Wise account. Got to transfer a whole bunch of money in there. So we're going to choose... What is this? I have money in here? Why do I have money in here? That's interesting. So wait, how much do I actually need? Okay, give me a second. So let me look at how much I have and how much I need. Okay, so I need about this much. Done. Pay. I just moved a huge chunk of money into my Wise account. When these items arrived, I'll be forced to pay import fees as well. And so it's absolutely terrible. But I'm telling you guys right now, the price on this is looking really rough. Okay, so, and now I need to scan something so that I can pay. He has me scan his little Wise thing. Here it is. So I should be able to scan that right now. Give me a second here, guys. We're going to buy this Storm Emeralda Live in preparation. There we go. And now we're going to send him US dollars. This much. Okay. And oops. And it doesn't say what for. All right. Here goes. All right, the payment's in. So we should be having a lot of products show up. I've ordered from 4 different people. We'll see how it goes. My biggest orders with him, I just always give him lots of business. I'd give him more business if he just had the product sooner. All right. Ooh, here's another guy saying, cartons of Emerald are in pretty fierce competition right now. Okay, so that's a different Japanese vendor, and he's talking about how it's pretty hard to get cases of the product. Pretty interesting. All right, guys, that's it. We have just placed a humongous order for Storm Emeralda, and we have more already ordered ahead of that point. Now, we were talking about, we were talking about a box break. Maybe the next box break should be for Storm Emeralda. So give me a moment here. Let me look up, let me try and get like a price average for them, because I bought them from multiple people. All right. Give me a second. Man, that's expensive. All right. Now we're going to set up a box break on Storm Emeralda. I don't know if anyone out there got it cheap. So this price includes everything. It includes my cost, includes the import fee. It also includes taxes, by the way. You might notice when you buy stuff here that you don't pay taxes at checkout. So this is a box break. The buy-in is $40, and the odds are 1 in 6. There you go. The odds are 1 in 6. So that's what we're doing. You're welcome to join if you want. If you pull a whole box when they arrive, you will immediately be given that box. So the box will be placed to the side with your name on it until you wish to open it on screen. And we can just keep that running for a while. By the way, it comes out tomorrow, right? So I wonder how fast we're going to end up getting it. From the looks of it, nobody has shipped it yet. Man, I paid a lot for these. Yeah, I paid a whole lot for these. Man. All right, there we have it. Storm Emeralda with the Mega Rayquaza in it. I anticipate it being a pretty popular set. What do you guys think? All right. There's just so many good ARs in the set. And actually, what else is in the set? Let me see. I want to see what's in Storm Emeralda. Let's see. Turn this down real fast. I don't remember the other pulls. Pokey Beach. You are? Let me close some of these. All right. So here's what we're anticipating. There we go. Okay, so Growlithe is in there, Magmortar's in there, Kyogre, Electivire, Pincurchin, Enamorus, Groudon, Inkay, God, okay, Azurill, Altaria, Mega Heat, Rotom, Wishy-Washy, Raikou, Mega Golurk. Look at that, even that looks nice, man. Talonflame, which looks exactly like an old Talonflame they once made. So Raikou, look at that Raikou, huh? The Mega Golurk is an SIR, it looks like. Yeah, that's an SIR. Mega Golisopod, meh. So it's all about the Raikou and the Mega Rayquaza from the looks of it. And Zinnia's in there as well. And there's a golden Mega Rayquaza. So all about the Rayquaza. The Raikou is a solid pull as well. Very cool. We have a box break of that now. Storm Emeralda box break. I think I'll change the title now. Instead of saying Destined Rivals Close, we'll say Storm Emeralda box breaks. All right, so that'll be the title now. Very good. Was that a break or a split? It's a break. You can see the odds right here of 1 in 6, meaning for $40, just one person will get the whole thing. If you wish, I could probably start to add it to the menu and you could do pre-orders on it. Do you guys wish for me to add it to the menu? Yeah, we can probably start doing that if you guys want. Let's see. It's not going to be here for like a week probably, but people are pretty crazy. Let's see. Products. All right. Divided by this number, divided by, you know, we don't know how many packs are going to be in the box. We don't know if it's going to be a 20-pack box or a 30-pack box. So I don't know if anyone knows, I don't know if I'm ready to price it. Hold on, let me see. How many packs in a box of Storm Emeralda? Maybe you guys have already seen someone on the internet open it. Okay, it's 30 packs per box. That helps. Okay, that helps. So, looks like we're just going to hit it off at $8 per pack. So we can start it off. I demand more people buy Attack of the Vine. Give me a second here. We're going to say Japanese, Pokemon, Storm Emeralda. Okay. 30 packs per box. Rayquaza set. Released. Wait, I'm going to add this information as to 12 boxes per case. Released 7, 31, 20. Oops, I said 21. 31, 26. Okay. All right. Good. And now we can add a price. Now, again, we won't actually have this product probably till next Friday. Does that make sense? We're not going to have it till next Friday. We'll change the title to say pre-order. Do I have any credits? Says Mr. Chris G. Well, I don't know, Mr. Chris G. We'll take a look at that in a second here. Let's just hit publish on this real fast. All right. I guess we'll jump back to orders now. And then what we'll like to do is over in our YouTube menu, we'll make the same update. So we'll go over here to Pokemon Japanese and we'll say Storm Emeralda, $8 pre-order. There goes. All right. Cool. We're going to hit save on that. Cool. Yeah, it's not cheap anywhere. And that price is subject to change from $8 to $9. I don't know what's going to happen. Could be a good idea to lock some in. But we're going to host a break on it either way. All right. Happy Wednesday night to you all. How you guys doing? We had a busy Wednesday stream. Look at that Bowser. Krabby. We had a busy Wednesday stream, man. I had to tell people to stop ordering. Here's Bulbasaur. Chris G, do I have any credit? Let's go looking for your credit. All right, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. No, you do not. Ah, found your card. 0. There you have it. Waifu's nice. Was that the break or the split? Yeah, that's a break. Also, I think I have a card in here. Get Jonathan Lewandowski, Magic card. Magic card. We're also going to get Chris Gonzalez. Raikou. Okay, so they both want to have those sold. So I got a little list of things to go grab. What product set have you ever regretted stocking? I will tell you one, okay? But you have to smash the like button for me. I bought Nintendo Tattoos Vintage and never even priced them up. I never even priced them. Wait, I might have priced them. Hold on. If I did, I priced them so long ago, I've forgotten about it. Let me see. Nintendo Tattoos, $4 sealed. Yeah, there they are. So I bought those a very long time ago just as an experiment. And you don't really open them. Like, you could grade the booster pack, I guess. But, you know, nobody's going to open up a tattoo. So it wasn't like truly a trading card. I don't know if they can be graded. Maybe they can be graded. But it's just like a tattoo sticker. And so it was kind of pointless. In fact, I probably ought to list all the tattoos up on eBay and just liquidate them already. Normally the way we get rid of stuff is we just sell it here on the table. And yeah, I need to get those tattoos listed. I don't know how much I have left. But here's some odd products we have. Vintage WotC G.I. Joe. Now we have a box break of the G.I. Joe running, don't we? Where'd that go? Somewhere. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Wait, what's this? Oh wow, I didn't know I had this. The stuff that hides under the table. We have a G.I. Joe box break somewhere. I don't know where it slipped off to. Maybe I pushed it to the back. But that's running. And then also, look at that. 1998 South Park for $25 a pack. You know, we used to sell a lot of that. I feel like we haven't sold as much recently. That could be another product worth sending off to SGC. I might work on that soon. We've got Charlie Brown 1 and 2. Those haven't done bad. Rick and Morty season 1 and 2. Now, I haven't sold a lot of that recently, but I barely have any left because those were good sellers. So those are fine. Breaking Bad, that one hasn't done super well. Minecraft Hobby, we've sold a ton of that. Minecraft Time to Mine, we've sold a ton of that. Minecraft Base Set, we sold a ton and even restocked it a number of times. Fortnite's amazing. Mario's amazing. Yeah, the Nintendo tattoos have done very poorly. My Little Pony, we don't sell a lot of My Little Pony, but the boxes appreciated like crazy. They went way up in price over time. So yeah, we've had some product do poorly. We've had product do really well too. Nothing does better than Pokemon though, right? You should sell 1993 Masters of Macabre by Bernie Wrightson, legendary artist. I've never heard of that. Welcome, guys, to the late night Wednesday stream. How you guys doing? Pikachu. So we just had the Destined Rivals box break go off. Let's talk about what's closest to going off next, shall we? So starting off, we have this jumbo pack break with only expensive boosters in it this time, mostly only expensive, like Crimson, Ascended, Phantasmal, Crown Zenith, Final Fantasy, Opus 1. And these really nice other language packs. So that is the jumbo pack break. Now I'm curious if there will be interest in that because it is a nice thing. Okay, if we jump over here to the pack splits, we have Mr. Ki-Hyun Roh, our new friend. He's waiting in the sub list for one more person to join. And I believe there's 3 people in the actual pack already. So I believe 3 out of 11 are sold here. Nobody's jumped in the Marvel. We might as well swap the Marvel out with another card. I thought Marvel was going to be popular, but apparently it's not popular. So that's got a long way to go. Over here, we've got 6 spots left on the Tyranitar. Over here, we got 5 spots left on... Ooh, that's the Bowser. Hold on. 5 spots left on the Snorlax. So really, when you're looking at it, 2 of the closest things to end are these guys. This guy's close because it's only 4 spots anyways. And then this guy's 5 spots. I think there's 6 spots left on the box of G.I. Joes. Where did that box go? I need to find it. I can't just have it disappeared. I have to know where that is. Is it over here somewhere? I must have moved it, right? Where'd the G.I. Joe... Ow, oh, there it is. I found it. Here it is. G.I. Joe. So this has 2 people in it, waiting for 6 more people to join. So technically, the very easiest break to go off again would be the jumbo pack break, the fresh one with 4 spots in it, because it's such a small break anyways. We got some cute gym breaks if you're into those. We got Weiss Marvel and Weiss Disney. So if you're into the gym breaks, which are a bit of fun, here are your 1 and 2 odds of $30 and $20. Hey, it's Tammy. What's up, Tammy? What's going on with you? All right, it's Wednesday. We just ordered a huge chunk of Emeralda for whenever that shows up, but it'll probably be a little bit of time. And in the meantime, why don't we take a look and see if we can add a card to the Poke Shuffles? Because it looks like we can. We got a chunk there. So what should actually go in there? Oops. I'm packing, going to LA for a week. What? You can't just go to LA for a week? Tammy, what about us? Are we invited? Ooh, that pristine coughing could go in. Hello Kitty's pretty cute. Gardevoir is 120. Maybe we just lower the Gardevoir. What sensational card can we put in there? Oh, yeah, definitely the Eevee. So the Eevee is actually a $60 card now, right? We looked that up, didn't we? This card is $60. Okay, into the Poke Shuffle he goes. I'm going to Collect-A-Con and attending a wedding. What? Who's getting married? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to get married. Ah, love is in the air. We're going to say Eevee. Old maid. It is. Are you going to behave yourself, Tammy? We know how crazy you get at weddings. Okay. That's going to go right here into the Poke Shuffles. Cool. Another card going in the Poke Shuffles. Poke Shuffles are loaded, guys. Let's see. I done drink. You drink done? What brand is that? Tammy, we know you don't need any drinks to get crazy at a party. We know you're off the heeze. I think we put this Dragonite. There we go. Pokemon Go promo Dragonite. Nice. He's going in. Should I check the price on that first? I feel like I probably should. Let's check the price on this bad boy. The queue is open. If you're a new guy, place a first-time order. We want a new buyer tonight. Who's in the crowd that's never placed an order? Give it a try. Head over to the description of the live stream And check out the ways to pay. PayPal, ZELLE, CASHAPP, VENMO, the website, anything you want. If you got any questions on how to order, feel free to ask. Yeah, 90 is correct. Wait, is this actually the promo? Yeah, 90 is correct. Have you considered putting sealed booster packs and Poke Shuffles in the live customs? Yes, I have considered that. I've done that in the past. But for this one, we're not doing it because we have so many good slabs already. When we run out of slabs, then we get desperate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He has full booster waifu boxes and waifu shuffles. Yeah, exactly. All right. When they're up on the stage doing their vows, and the preacher guy is like, and if anyone objects to this marriage or whatever he says, are you going to say, I object? There you go. That would be pretty dramatic. Then everyone would be looking at you. Think of all the attention. Can we see what's currently in the Poke Shuffles? Hell yeah, dude. We got some good ones in there, man. Like this $90 Pokemon Go promo. It's Hub's friends. Oh, even better. Even better. I object. You know, all right. So this Dragonite just went in. He's a big pull. Here's Eevee, Hisuian Samurott, Jigglypuff, Froakie, Jigglypuff twice, Hypno. There's some old made cards in there. A couple of them. Did you like the new Mega Rick Wyatt? Yes, I did. Ditto. Oops. He's looking good. It made me go, ruff, ruff, ruff. I gotta have it. Electros. Here's Jigglypuff, Xatu, Ho-Oh, Jolteon, Mega Sharpedo, Klawf. If you guys want to get into a box break for Storm Emeralda, I'm hosting it. $40 to get in, 1 in 6. So it's like any of our custom booster pack breaks. One person walks away with the whole box of it. And when it arrives, you get to keep the box. It's for you. Here's Suicune, Shinjikonda Sandshrew. Here's a Paldean Wooper. Here's a Dusknoir. Here's a Master Ball Nidorina. Victini. Here's a Pikachu. Here's a Glory of Team Rocket Regirock. Remember when Mr. did food reviews? Did you like it when I did food reviews? It's an awful lot of work. Here we are. You know, the problem with doing food reviews, Mr. A. Perez, is I don't actually have a lot of restaurants to eat at in Lake of the Ozarks. That's why we need to consider moving. That's it. I'm just moving to wherever Tammy's living. I'm going to move down the street from Tammy. Here's Eevee. Here's Moltres. Here's Charizard. Here's Dialga. Here's Mega Heracross. And then I'm going to make Tammy run the stream. I'm going to say, Tammy! Here's Umbreon. Here's Dedenne. Here's Porygon. Here's Onix. Here's Venusaur. Here's Fuecoco. Charmander. Lots of cards in there. Some of the more expensive cards, by the way, are these ones with the big, like these two right here. Ooh. Pikachu, Pokemon Go, and Regirock, and Dragonite promo. Now, they're not like Chase vintage cards, but you have to understand the ceiling on this box is like $100, and you're pulling this for like potentially $5. So that's how the Poke Shuffles works. This is the stuff you can pull for $5, like Onyx Cardinal. Remember? Oh, I already read that. I'm gonna hang out at Tammy's place all day. I'm gonna be like, Tammy, I don't want to hang at my house. It's boring. I want to hang out at your house. Actually, I got a better idea. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy a gigantic tour bus. Have you ever seen those luxury tour buses? They cost like $1 million. They're huge. I've seen them. They're like super high scale. It's, you know, it's basically a home on wheels. And I'm just going to pack whatever cards I can into the bus and get some roaming high quality cell phone internet. And I'm just going to sell all my homes and live in the bus with Karis. And we'll just travel around. So we'll travel to California and hang out with Tammy 1 week. And then we'll drive over to Joey Albrecht next week. When I'm not streaming, I'll just be on the road. What do we have here? We got Nathan Gordon. Oops, hold on. Let's see. Did you see the next high-class set might be a mega tag team set? Might be for tag teams. Might be time for tag teams. Do boom. Here's Nathan Gordon. Pack split battle spot. He's jumping into this. All right. So, here we are. Let's put this back in here. It's Nathan Gordon and Ki-Hyun-ro. All right. So, let's see what we got. Doop-a-doo-boo. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh, you're all the way up at the top. So, did I already pass Nathan Gordon? We got so many cards in here now. It's getting harder to find people. Nathan Gordon has only missed one time. All right, we'll make it so that one person pulls Nidorino, and one person pulls a spot in the Team Rocket Break. So we'll set this here. I think we should do that. I think each person should get a thing. Now, let's see. He goes first. That's right. Okay, and let's grab the deck. I finally gave emulators a chance, and I'm playing Fire Red, and I must say, it's going to be a long night. Do you prefer digital replicas or the physical copy of the game? I've talked out against emulators before, that I think that it's unfair that these companies steal Pokemon's copyrighted content. I guess one of the problems, though, is it's weird. The emulators deliver the product to you better than Nintendo does, and in a way, that's kind of on them. So, you know, I don't judge. If you're having fun, I don't really care. When I was young, I was on the Pirate Bay, you know. I stole a lot of audiobooks off of Pirate Bay, and it really helped educate me as a young man. So, part of life, I guess. So, here's Tyranitar, and here's Saverlage. Boom! Ki-Hyun-ro pulls round number 1. I love that Tyranitar. Here's Cereal Bowl Head Deer, and Squavit. Boom! Mr. Ki-Hyun-ro, round number 2. Sorry, Nathan. Nathan, that's going to be a rough round. A rough. There you go. Fire Red is on the Switch. True. It is. It is. Here we are. Yeah, apparently that did really good sales, too. The re-release. All it was is a re-release of a set they'd already released before. Pretty interesting, right? All right, we'll mark this. We're going to reuse this so we don't have to trash it. Oh, no, we could have just done this, actually. Right, because we have to get you a card anyways. So that's for you. You're the one who pulled it. Ba-doop-ba-doop-boo-be-doop-be-doo. You guys see what's moving, right? What's moving are these gym breaks. I'm sorry, these vintage. Oh, I thought there were 2 people. I thought there were 3 people in here. There's only 2 people in here. Yeah, I did it right. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, like a ghost memory. I'm crazy, dude. All right, ghost memory for sure. I thought that people had multiple spots in there already in the new Rocket Break. You guys going to jump in the Rocket Break? It is pricey. It is pricey. Now, Nathan Gordon, you've got Nidorino. Congratulations. So, Nathan Gordon. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Well, you've got an old bag, Nathan. I didn't know that. Remember, it expires on 2/26. You can renew the age on the bag for $5. Or you can just ship it for $9. All right. I'm lowering this card to 80 and putting it up into the Waifu Shuffle. Into the Waifu Shuffle she goes. My own Tyranitar donation card beat me in a round again. That was your card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, 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 do. Gaze. Power. P10. Okay. So we have some Chainsaw Man cards up in the Waifu Shuffle. Popping that over there. Popping this over here. And actually, we have this card too. Look at this. So we have the silver signature here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There it is, 15 of these. That is a chase card. So now we have a nice chase card in there. Number 074, Kurumi Siggy. P10. All right, cool. My own Tyranitar card. That sucks, man. All right, look at that. The Waifu shuffles get a little thicker, and we add a new big chase card to the box. Good. I feel like the Waifu shuffle kind of needed that. Next up, we have an order from Joseph Smith, 2 Poke Shuffles. You got it, Mr. Joseph. Good luck. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. You got 2 common cards. All right, would you like me to donate them? Here it is. 2 commons. What's in the live customs? You want to see what's in the live customs? We show them off all the time. Some good stuff in the live customs, man. Here goes. People love seeing what's in the Poke Shuffles and live customs. Salamence, Dugong, Geodude. That's really good. This guy, Flygon, Pikachu for 100 now. Pretty good. Tentacruel, Charizard. There's a really good Squirtle. That Squirtle's awesome. He's a top pull for sure. I could just put him in my own collection box. Marnie looks nice. Charizard, Dark Arbok, Rayquaza, Spearow, Victini. Okay. Here we got Dark Gyarados, Mewtwo, Zapdos, Gengar, Eevee, Deoxys, Raikou, and Victini. And we got Squirtle, Oshawott, Pidgey, Nidoqueen, and Galarian Moltres. All right, and then we got Ekans, Gyarados, Snorlax, Rocket Moltres, and Dawn. There it is. Wow, lots of cool cards in there, huh? Tons of cool cards. That Raikou's from 2018. He's 8 years old. He might be underpriced at $125. Loaded. All the boxes are loaded. We did a great job. Our supply right now is strong. It won't last, though. I know that. It's about what happens next. We have Mr. Roki Hyun, and he says, spot on the sub list of the Rocket Pack. All right. Here you go. 1, 2. $25 to jump in here. Mr. Ki-Hyun Ro is already in here. Boink. All right. Whoa, what grade was that? Rocket Moltres, like a 7. To be honest, you should probably regrade it because I decided not to because it's already encapsulated with PSA, which is pretty good. But you could probably send it to like CGC, SGC, BGS, and hope for like an 8, maybe a 9. You never know, you know. But I think PSA, when I looked at it, I thought PSA was pretty harsh to it. Okay, there's that payment that went through Wise. And now we're looking in the queue, and the queue is open. I want that Dark Arbok too. Yeah, we got Dark Arbok for sure. Look at these. I think we're waiting to put these in the Poke Shuffles. How about these cards, huh? These 2 right here, they got to go in the live customs, I think. That Zatu's cool as hell, isn't it? Look at that, pull a Zatu. I think I planned on turning this into a table break. This is Shanks PSA Magazine promo. Let's take a quick look at that. We have new sets in the menu right now. We have Lorcana Attack of the Vine for $12 a pack. There's a chase card in it seems expensive, right? But there's a chase card in there that sells for $1,000 raw. So that is what's going on with that. It's a Winnie the Pooh card. We saw it the other day. All right, so I think we can just call this Magazine Shanks, right? Oh, this card's going up in price. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, this card has gone up in price from the looks of it. Will it just keep doing that? What's the population on this? What do you guys think of this card, the Shanks here? That's a magazine promo. It's really, you're not going to pull it out of a booster pack. All right. Divided by... Not bad. So we're going to try a new table break for this magazine promo Shanks. And we're going to come in with a lower buy-in price of $25. Just like the live customs. I don't know if people really like that price, but it kind of puts them on par with each other. Okay, here's number 1. Here's sticker number 2. What'd you guys eat for dinner tonight? Anything fun? I had spicy Chinese noodles. Chili oil noodles. And then I had like some beef that I sauteed. Okay. 1 piece. There's our new 1-piece break. What do you guys think of that? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Where should I post a picture of this in our Discord server? I could post it in the Poke Rehab chat. Is that a bad idea? I mean, I feel like that's where people have conversation. I got rid of the Breaks channel, the new Breaks channel. I got rid of that. Maybe instead of calling it Current Breaks, it should be called New Breaks. I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to recreate that channel. But we're going to call it New Breaks instead of Current Breaks. There it goes. I think that's a better name and puts less pressure on me to be like accurate with what goes up there. All right. Cool. Picture that. 25, 1, and 15 for the Shanks. Good. You had Vietnamese coffee. What makes it Vietnamese? Did they process it there? Did they grow it there? Next up, we have an order from Mr. Hathim. Just delete the each break post once it goes off. Now, I don't want to delete anything. That's the thing. All right, so 5 Chaos Rising. Yes, sir. How's Chaos Rising doing? It is. We're actually kind of running through this pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. You guys want to talk about the giveaway tonight? I feel like we should get a giveaway out. Oh, we do have a giveaway tonight already. Oh, yeah. Snipping this. Snipping this. Snipping this. And snipping this. All right. Here's Fennekin. Here's... What? Look at you, man. Pulling an alt art. Wow. Very cool. Beautiful Mega Dragalge. Is it Dragalge? Cool, man. I wasn't expecting that. Very neat. Here's a Weedle, Keldeo. So we've had 2 lucky people tonight already. Miss Alicia Brown and Mr. Hathim have struck some luck. Congratulations, guys. Here's Crobat, too. That's not bad. All right. Ta-da! Okay, we'll toss that over there. What about that, Mr. Hathim? What do you think? All right. So, we'll grab all these. We got all night to do trade breaks if you guys want to move the trade break at all. Who's got some cards they want to trade? who knows how the trade break works? Let me show you. So the trade break is all the way back here. This is a Sabrina's Abra, first edition, from Jim Heroes. And it's just a nice vintage card. And we have it set up. It's first edition. We have it set up. It's a 5, 1, and 14 trade card. You basically just give up junk to go into that card. It hasn't moved in a while, so I'll probably be more open-minded to whatever you want to trade, just to get it off the table. All right, let's check the website. I like that particular Ampharos. Nothing crazy on the website. So, what else we got going on over here? We got all these slabs here. I think I might go ahead and print a label for this. That's tag grading. They got some nice boxes, don't they? So I am going to go ahead and get a label for this real fast. So let's see. I don't want that. Wait a second. Exit this. Here it is. Okay, we're going to take one look at that, and then we're going to say, let's go in here. How heavy is this? It's quite heavy. Okay, we're going to add some weight to that. And there we have it. Waiting for this to update. Let's put this up here. This would be nice to get out of here. Come on now. Mr. Mark, Matt Damon, Team America World Police. He was in that show? I didn't know that. Whoa, what the hell? Carrier rates have changed. Oh my God, dude. Wow, they still won't let me print the label. 0 mail pieces were printed. Yes, give me the new price. Give me the new price. So we just started a new break for one piece. It's the Shanks Magazine promo, $25 buy-in. Similar to the live customs. All right, we're going to go ahead and back out of there. Here, let's print this. Print. Very good. All right. Where's my Pal World set? Yeah, it's been ordered. It's actually on the way. All right, we got that off the table. We might as well move this too since we're standing up, since we're standing. We are. Oh, yeah. Good. All right. We'll rotate these. Beyond Kuya, Kuchiki. Ooh, pristine. Iona's Wattrell, Charmander. This card's 35. I'm putting this up into the Poke Shuffles as well. There we go. Just 7 cards. Doesn't take much. Okay. Oops. Okay. Number 232. Aonos Wattrell 9.5. I want my Relaxarus with missiles. What? It's one of the characters. Speaking of missiles. Do you think Iran's catching some right now? Oh my gosh. That's still ongoing. Heard the stock market crashed a little bit too. There we go. Let me close this website. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. Good. How about this? We don't need all these open either. All right, we just cleared up some of these. We have an order from our friend, Mr. Hathim. So let me tell you something. Those Poke Shuffles are stuffed. Hathim, he says 3 of the Chinese Terra Festival. Oh, very nice. Where do I keep those? Oh, here they are. This is it, right? Speaking of missiles, exactly. That looks like the Japanese version. Why do I keep this here? This is the Chinese box. The Ni Hao box. Ni Hao, Shishi. I'm going to learn Chinese, man. I'm going to learn Chinese, and then I'm going to get hooked up with the good Chinese vending. There they are. All right. 2, 3. Put those there. And honestly, we are ready for a new box of the Chinese Eevee Heroes. Not Eevee Heroes, Terra Festival. There goes. Free Palestine. Yeah. Oop. All right. They were talking about COVID today, I guess. A lot of Republicans are mad over COVID. Wait, these are still the other set. I'm very confused. We had 2 bags of these? Oh, we had 2 bags of the Japanese cards. I didn't know that. Oh, so where are the Chinese cards? Oh, I ran into them. Oh, here is the Chinese cards. All right, so we didn't even need to open a new one. All right, let's try that again. Mr. Them. 1, 2, 3. So we had 2 bags of the Japanese cards. And now we have 1 bag of the Chinese cards. Problem solved. Oh, yeah. All right. Save that. Free them from existence. Whoa. It's sad they're all fighting over there, man. Don't you think? They should be opening Pokemon cards. That's what I think. They should be having chai tea. Is that what it's called? Chai? They should be having chai tea and opening Pokemon cards. But they're all busy being like, brr. Yeah, there's a power struggle. We are ready? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Not bad, man. Been having a break from Pokemon. What? You can still hang out. We don't mind. We are. If you could come over here, Mark, you could see all the cards I have to order all the time. It'd blow your mind. We are. All right. It's really fun. I never stop buying Pokies, but that's my job. It is. I have an unusual job. Ta-da! Tonight is Mr. Hathim's night, and it's going all right. Mr. Hathim, he's the guy. He's the guy with the stuff. How's life going for you, Mr. Mark? Tell us all about it. We want to know. I want to know how your stuff's doing. All right. All right. How's your abdomen? Full of honey? Duh. Wasn't that a line from Futurama? There we go. Been having a break from Pokies. There we go. Doubling down on My Little Pony. Grab this. I don't think I've had a break from Pokemon cards in 7 years. I wouldn't even know what it feels like to not buy Pokemon cards for longer than a few days. And there was a point in my life before Pokemon, and now there's this point in my life where it's only Pokemon. That's all I do is Pokemon. I'm playing Power Washer Simulator. That's funny as hell, dude. Hey, man, Lake of the Ozarks will probably hire you 10 times over, man. Lake of the Ozarks is a place that has all these boats that constantly need cleaning. And so, and everything. I mean, the bugs are everywhere, and so they put up cobwebs everywhere. A lot of power washing jobs. You could open up an independent power washing business if you had the money and the integrity and the ambition. You could open up a power washing solo business and probably instantly do well out here. Somebody opened a food truck out here in like an empty parking lot, And it's so good. It's Japanese food. It's Japanese like steakhouse food. And every single time I drive by it, there's a line of people. And they're just selling the food out of the back of a truck. Or not the back of a truck. It's a food truck, right? So they sell it out of a food truck. And it's just mega, 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 mega successful. And that's because Lake of the Ozarks, one of the growing parts of Missouri. And there isn't enough restaurants to meet demand. Definitely not. Actually, they opened that sushi restaurant that I complained about where it was all black inside and they played like douchey 80s music. And when we drive by that, it is so full. Somebody's out there becoming a millionaire, man. Whoever opened that sushi place, they're becoming a millionaire for sure. There you go. All right. Cool, man. Mr. Hutham. Javier Arroyo's here. Ozark bar names are hilarious. There's a Marty Bird. Yeah, there's a bar called Marty Bird. There's actually, oh man, there's a place called Alley Cats. And anytime there's like a festival, there'll be these super hot like bartender ladies. And sometimes they'll work outside as well as inside of the bar, like doing stuff like promotional stuff. And they'll be wearing almost nothing, dude. They'll be wearing the most scantily clad bikini, whatever you want to call it. It's like lingerie, honestly. And those boobies are just, they're just like spilling out. And so anytime we go down there for a festival, I was like, we gotta go walk by Alley Cats. It's good for us. We gotta get our walk, you know? It's really funny. We go, let's see. Here's Javier. Honey, we gotta go this way, I think. One Magic Marvel, one live custom. You got it. We need pics. Oh man, I couldn't take a picture. It'd be so rude. I mean, maybe if I asked her, yeah, like, can I take a picture of you? It's a couple ladies. They just hire sexy ladies, and that's it. And so anytime there's like a promotional event, they put on like these really sexy outfits. Whoa! Whoa! 200 to the oldest break. No reroll. Okay. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the thing about these. You just keep opening them, and eventually you pull this guy. All right. That was one live custom turning into $200. 2 honeys, guys. Well, the oldest break, without any doubt, is the Charizard, I believe. Soon to be Bowser. Oops. Boy, you could finish the Bowser with that pull. All right. Did I do this right? Yep. All right. Congratulations. Ask Karis to take a picture of you with one of them. Maybe she would. It is. All right. Now, this over here, that's the oldest one. $60. Let's grab 2 of these. Da, 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 da. All right. And we're going to jump over here. There we are. This reminds you when you pull some cold ones, you know, what's possible as well. The hot ones are possible. How deep are we on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are, in fact, up to 16 out of 36. Oh, yeah. 15, 16. There we go. Look at that. He's moving slowly. Now, you are also owed 2 $40 spots. What's the oldest break, though? It might actually be that guy. I'm pretty sure it is. He's older than the Snorlax and the Tyranitar. They're fresh. It's this guy. He's officially the oldest. So you can only get $60 in there, and then $20 are left over. So let's grab 2 of these. Let's just get it done. Mr. Javier. So this guy's officially receiving star card help. Okay, 1 and a 2. So many breaks, guys. How do you decide? NHCC's in there. We got to get NHCC back here. I wonder what he's doing right now. 2, 3. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 3. You should have $20 left. So the very last thing you got is this card right here. Does this fit into anything? I don't think so. $20, Mr. Javier. After all that, 2 spots in there, 2 spots in there, and $20. Crazy. Anything you want to spend it on? Well, you know, actually, when you think about it, it's meant to be for breaks. And so I will put a stipulation that it has to be for break. For breaks. So you pick a break you like, and you can use this $20 on it, okay? So that's the stipulation. It's not pure store credit. Now, 1 magic pack. Ooh. You could jump into this new break, Storm Emeralda box break. Speaking of which, I better take a picture of this in our new channel called the New Breaks channel. Oh man, this camera is so bad now. On this phone is so cloudy. All right. Oops, turn that around. Click and play. All right. All right, there it is. If you like washing stuff, Alex, it's pretty satisfying. So Storm Emeralda break, $40 to buy into that, guys. That's the new set coming out. Let's get it. Snip this. Good luck. Here's Surveillance Room. Helicarrier Strike. Cruel Alliance. Agent 13. Whiplash. Vengeful Engineer. Fantastic Bounce. Lurkin' Lizards. Tiger Shark. Avengers Tower. Planes. Ooh. Training Compound. Iron Man. Iron Heart. Righteous Fury. And Captain America's Shield. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. Good. Here's Righteous Fury. Da-da-da. Here's Ironheart. Clever Champion. Da-da-da. Okay. Fix my eye here. Iron Man. Armored Avenger. Okay. And Avengers Tower. I feel like this pack was a little colder. Ow. There you go. So you're having a pretty good night, though, with that gigantic $200 live customs pull. Okay. And this was your 1 card from the Destined Rivals box break. That went off. It is Miss Alicia Brown pulled it, if you can believe it. She's been great. She's been in these streams for a long time. All right, so we're going to say Javier Arroyo. There it goes. Good. Inteleon. The Snorlax break. You could jump in there for 20 more bucks. Here's Kuromi. Here's Kabutops. And here's Lord of the Rings. Cool, man. We have an order from our friend Miss Beatrice. Can I get 1 spot in the new One Piece slab break and 1 spot in the Abra slab break? Yes, you may. So the new One Piece break. We're trying out a new price for table breaks of $25. What do you guys think of that? Is that bad? So you can always take 2 spots in here for $50. But now you have the option for just $25. I don't know how that'll work out. Should this have its own bag? Maybe it should have its own bag, because I feel like 15 cards is a lot. 10 cards is pushing it a little bit. There we go. Come on now. All right. Good. Set that there. All right. Good. And we shall mark this as 1. There it is. And now let's get that trade break to the front. That's the first edition Abra trade break, $5. Here you go, Miss Beatrice. Technically, we could put Javier in here, couldn't we have? All right. There we go. What's this? Bulk box, Kira Nichols. I already set that up. I just need to know when she's done moving, and we'll get a label on it. All right, very nice. Can you wash butts in it? I do that in the shower already. What? You wash your butt in the shower? Ew. Who else washes their butt in the shower? Surely none of you guys do. 1, 2. 2 151s for Mr. Thim. Good luck, man. What do we got? Snipping time. Snip. All right. Ooh. We have Nidorina and a little Charmeleon. I think that's good, isn't it? I think the Charmeleon is a strong pull for you. All right, not bad. Still going strong. We're on the Hathim Charmeleon speed run. Ugh. That's heavy. Your bag's heavy. Okay. Get these guys a little sleeve real fast. And we'll put them on this side baggie. Oops. Oops. Stop acting like you know the way. I'm still hearing Rick's voice in my head from The Walking Dead. All right, very nice. Ooh, we got Makima. That one should go up on eBay. I might post that one to eBay. Ryan Shapiro's back. He says 1 spot in the rocket. Good for you, man. So he's jumping into the Team Whack-It. A set where you could pull Charizard even in a light pack. This Charizard. Where's our pack split? There it goes. So we are 3 spots deep, like I was saying earlier now, but we weren't earlier. 3 spots deep, and Mr. Ki-Hyun Ro's gotten another spot in this gym break. That would be spot number 4. All right. Thank you so much. Who's next? Who's got an order? We want a new guy in here. Who wants to be the first new guy to order in a little while? Look, free to first-time buyer. We're looking for a new guy to place a first-time order. It could be you. Check it out. We have Charmander and Ghastly. If you're a new guy and you place a first-time order tonight, you'll get both of these promos along with your order. Pretty good, right? Oh, man. I might as well just get a better sleeve. This one's got like this hook going on. It's catching the bag. Let's try this. Free first-time order. That's the 2-finger method I just used. Give it the good old 2-finger method. There we go. All right. Who's here tonight? Check in. Say, me, 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 me. Let's see. Nathan Gordon says 4 of the Korean Infernos. You got it, man. Good set. I think we have to get a new box, actually. Yeah, we keep these guys on the menu on purpose. We're probably going to pull another Mega Charizard out of these. All right, 4 Inferno KO. That's got to be in Korean, right? And let's not hook this wire, because that would be annoying. All right, so these are $4 a pack and give you a chance for the Korean Mega Charizard Alt-Art. Good. All right. Mr. Collector's here. What's up, Mr. Collector? Cold. Here's, we've got the burb. Tweet. The dancing burb. Cold. We got Reshiram. All right. That's for Nathan Gordon. Good. Thank you, Nathan. We got your bag right here. Very nice. What other interesting information came out today? What was the news today? There's a lot of people getting angry at the new Halo game. Did you guys hear about that? I guess it's woke. Hathim says he'll take one more of the Japanese 151s. Here you are. He's testing out the last pack. Good luck in there. It's woke. There's a girl boss babe in there. And that keeps showing up on my For You page over and over and over and over again. What do we got? Ooh, just a standard pack. All right, nothing crazy in there. Just hanging out in the garage with my Lamborghini. Oh, yeah. There are. Is it a picture of a Lamborghini? Mr. Hatham. All right. Good. Very nice. Send that in there. Good. You know, it's 7:30, and tomorrow's 7:31. Tomorrow's, oh no, this is tomorrow. This is Thursday. So we are one day away from the second chance bounty going off. You know, it's funny. It almost seems like it's a good idea to take risks on the live customs and the Poke Shuffles just before this goes off, because then you're in the bag again before the next one starts its run as well. Doesn't that make sense? All right, I'm going to go get some more 151. I'll be right back, guys. He just opened the last pack of it. All right, here we are. Here we are. Ooh, Mew 151. So, let's snip this. One whole box of 151 in a minute. You guys ready to see what I pull? All right, this is it. Master Ball Pikachu 151 Charizard. There it is. There you go. I've actually sold a lot of these 151 packs recently, which I find very fascinating, because the rare candy break is right here. And that's an English 10 Charizard, already graded. You'd think you'd want one spot there, like an insurance. There it goes. I get the new Dragon Ball set? Not yet, but now that you've mentioned it, maybe I will. Yeah, I've done a pretty bad job keeping up with Dragon Ball, and I shouldn't have. You know, I should have done a good job on Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball didn't sell very well for a long for a long time, and I sort of threw my hands up and gave up on it. Now it's selling really, really well, and I should definitely be stocking up on it. Let me refresh on this. We have an order from our friend. Wait, what's this? Let me close this. I don't know what I clicked on there. Aha, Nathan Gordon, 4 more. 4 more what? I'm trying to remember what you bought. You bought the Koreans, right? The Koreans, Mega Charizard. If I recall, right? Let's see. Yes, he did. All right, 4 more Korean Mega Infernos. Here we are. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da-da-da! Look at that. 4 Charizards. Let's snip this up. New Dragon Ball set. Tell me all about it, Soy Sauce Soprano. Tell me why it's popular. All right, what we got? Here's... Ooh, Zacian. Here's a cold one. Here's, oops, Suicune. And here's a cold one. All right. Got a couple cold ones there. I might have to save these, actually. Let's save these in the Korean card box. There we go. Very nice. Mr. Nathan Gordon. let's grab your bag over here. So you got 1 AR. Ooh. It's a new Vegito God Rare. Vegeta! What's he doing in that set? 1 Magic Marvel, Mr. Hathim. All right, Magic Marvel might be needing restock. Magic Marvel. Oops. Good luck. Vegito. All right, you ready? We say the nay. D-Power. Crimson Operative. Black Widow, Sexy Agent. White Tiger from White Tiger Kingdom. The Howling Commandos. Taxi Driver. Heroes Hangout. Invisible Woman. Sue Storm. Here's Forrest. The Mighty Thor. That's a girl. Here's Coveted Jewel. Origin of the Avengers. Ooh, you need to pull this as a holo. Look at this card, guys. We need to pull that one as a holographic. Agent Phil Coulson. All right. Agent Phil. So that Anthem of Champions, if there's a holographic version of that, we totally need to pull that. All right, so we've reached a point where your box is pretty full, Mr. NHCC. And so I think what I'd like to do is remove one of your gigantic bags of holographics and set it on the table. And then your hits will continue to go into the box. So you have a floating bag is what I'm telling you. Probably this one. Okay, bag of hollows. And let's put it right here on top of Kendo Pelor, who hasn't been here in a while. I miss him. Poor Kendo. I remember back in the day when we used to get Kendo. Kendo from Nintendo. There we go. Very nice. All right. Is Cheese here? What's up, Cheese? What's going on with you, man? There we go. Pulling these forward. We got Pristine Coughing. We've got Dragapult 10, which is surprisingly expensive now. Blastoise 10, Dawn card. That should be sold on eBay for sure, the Dawn card. So should that. But let's take a look and see the queue. We don't want anyone waiting too long. All right. And now we have a Mr. Kevin Pham. Are you new, Kevin? 1 live custom, 1 Poke Shuffle. You got it. Kevin Pham. I'm trying to think if I recognize you. 1. I feel like I do recognize you very faintly. A 1, 2, 3, a 4. Here's your live custom. Let's see what happens. Good luck. 1 cold one 4 years ago. Woo! Oh my God, that's a long time ago. Hey, we're still going. What do you think of that? 4 years ago. Yeah. Mr. Kevin Pham. I faintly recognized the name, and I wasn't sure. Okay, Poke Shuffle time. Deadly. We sell a lot of those live customs and Poke Shuffles, Mr. Kevin. They're super popular. Kevin, how would you like the giveaway tonight? It is. So this is free for first-time buyers. Well, you've been gone so long, you count. You get these 2 for free. How does that sound? Congratulations, man. And let's get another round of those, okay? So let's see if we can get going. Give me a second here. Looks like the next round is going to be Metagross and Superior Poker. These are free cards to first-time orders, including people who have been gone for over a year. If you've taken a real long break and you place an order tonight, it will count as a first-time order. Get that fuzz out of there. Is there fuzz in there? Am I going crazy? Just got back into Pokemon. You took a little break, huh? A little breaky-wakey. Yeah. Well, I kept going for the whole 7 years, Mr. Kevin. I got like a bonkers collection now. There we go. Putting that like that. Now this is yours. So 2 cold pulls out of the live customs and Poke Shuffles, but you're going to take home Charmander and Ghastly. Congrats, man. First-time buyers can expect to pull these two very lovely poker cards for free. Metagross and Superior. I've sold that Superior for like $100 in a 10. Will that one grade 10? Like 95% chance. That's a very good deck right there. Very well centered. I already looked at it. Last hit from you was Evolving Skies booster from one of the live boosters way back. Nice, dude. Well, here's your bag. And let's put a sticker at the top that says Kevin Pham. Yeah, you know, those boosters, we used to sell them like $8 a pack or something. I don't remember. And now they're like $50 a pack. Can you believe that? And Mr. Kevin, I kept taking my money. I kept putting it back into Pokemon. So if I made profit, I just bought more Pokemon. I just rolled it back into Pokemon over and over and over again. Here you are. What made you stop in tonight? Did you see one of my videos? How'd you find us? Yeah, take a look, Mr. Kevin. I'm going to show off some cards now, guys. I'm going to do some Poke flexing. Now, I didn't pay a ton for these. All I did was I bought them cheap back in the day, and then I held it for like 7 years. Like Snorlax. $2,700. Ooh, we just got these back from CGC. I need to put these away. Those are going into my personal collection. First timer here, just placed a nice one-piece order. Need some first-time mojo. Yeah? Here's Crystal Guardians Charizard. Bandai Starters 10. Base set Charizard. There's that Masaki 10. Gyarados. I sold the shiny Celebi to CS-Men, and I used the money to buy this guy for $14,000. But now that it appears shiny Celebi is in the new 25th anniversary set, almost seems like it would have been worth it to just hold the Celebi. Here's Lugia. But I'm still very happy with this. I wanted this either way. There you are. Because I'm a huge Shining Tyranitar fan. Biggest Tyranitar fan here. I gotta get these Charizards back in the Charizard box. Cleaning Discord servers and saw yours and reminisced. Really? Aw, that's so cool, man. And then you checked and you wanted to see if we were still running. And we were. And we happened to be live. Yeah, we're still going 7 years later. I'm pretty nutty about Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Pretty weird guy if you think about it. All right, we're going to hit refresh. Used to order Battle Styles and get Cloud on, but pulled the Tyranitar here in 2022, says Cameron. Or, nice to see you, man. Here's a theme. He says, last Magic Marvel pack. All right, and then after this, we start a new box of it. Here it is. Well, Magic Marvel's going nuts, guys. Okay. Good luck, Mr. Athim. Tonight's stream brought to you by Mr. Athim. We're doing nice giveaways to first-time orders because we're trying to meet some new guys. Here's Hydra Troopers, AIM Scientists, Hero in Training, Atuma, Atlantean Warlord, She-Hulk, Quantum Reduction, Accelerated Evolution, Donald Blake, Baron Strucker, Hydra Overlord. Ooh. Here's Swamp, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, The Squadron Sinister, Super Scroll, Show and Tell, Mjolnir, Hammer of Thor. Wow, that's cool. All right, you're pulling Mjolnir, Mythic Rare. Ba-doop. Here's Show and Tell. Cleaning Discord service. Used to order Battle Styles to get Cloud. Battle Styles was a long time ago. Such a very long time ago. All right, Baron Strecker. Ooh, Mr. Strecker. There. Pull these over here. Look at all that, guys. All right, Thin with an H. That's going up in your box. I suspect we have a website order, guys. What do you think? All right. Good. You guys ready for Storm Emeralda? We got that booster box break. That's a new break available for $40. And now we have... Click. You also did a first to guess the Pokemon giveaway and sent me a PSA 10 Hidden Fates Charizard promo. Fan sense. Wow. A Hidden Fates Charizard promo. Wow, that's crazy, man. That card's probably so expensive now. I bet that's like, okay, I'm going to place a bet that it's, I'm betting $350. Let's see what it costs. Bet you it's more than that. PSA 10, Charizard, Hidden Fates. Oops. Promo. All right, let's see. No, he's cheaper than that. He's about... It's because there were so many of them, to be honest. There were so damn many of them. So it looks like you can buy that card for around $160. Is that right? Is that one English? Okay, maybe about $140 actually. Wow. It was $40 at the time, about $130 now. Okay, I overestimated. Yeah, there were a lot of them, weren't there? I guess it really depended on how many tins they printed and how many of those ended up grading 10. So I guess there were probably a lot of them. Actually, it may tell me how many there are. Yeah, Hidden Fates in general has been a set that hasn't really exploded as much as you would have thought. There must be a copy of this in the vault. Is there no copy in the vault? Well, here, let's just click on any one of them. No? I think you have to find one that's in the vault to get the stats right. Oops. Authenticity guarantee. Ah, here it is, in PSA vault. All right, here goes. You ready for this? Population 16,000. Holy. All right, next up we have a Mr. Brad Clare. What's up, Brad? He's got a big order. All right, looks good, looks good. Cool, man. You've got English One Piece OP16 times 10, English One Piece OP10 Royal Blood times 10, and English One Piece OP13 times 3? That's a huge order. All right, cool, man. So let's get started with that. Jeez Louise. So OP16, OP10, and OP13. Let me move this here. So here's the OP13. You cut the name off a card, and I guessed Galarian Corsola first, and that was the prize. Oh, man, that was Who's That Pokemon. I know what that is. I know what you're talking about. Who's That Pokemon? There were two ways to play. I could give you like a hint at, you know, what the Pokemon was. The other way to play was to show an image of the Pokemon and slowly reveal slightly more of it over time. And both methods were pretty It was crazy how good some people were at it. Like, they would guess it, and you'd think, how's that even possible that they guessed that correctly? There you go. Where's Musubat? He got to see this. This is a nice opening. We don't want Musubat to miss out. Poor Musubat. I don't think he's here right now. There's OP13. All right, so not OP13, I meant EV3. So I have to go get OP10 and then English OP16. What is that? That's the new one, isn't it? So the question is, why isn't the new one right here? Did we sell out of a box of it? We must have sold out of a box of it, right? So let me go looking for both, okay? I'll be back. I'm going to go get both. We're ready to pull a manga. This card's still going crazy, isn't it? Manga Luffy. We are. Ooh. Oops. If you like One Piece, we got a nice One Piece break running. This one right here. $25 to get in, and it's Shanks from the PSA Magazine promo. Ooh. Nothing better than getting your pulls straight from a fresh box. You have the Medal 25th Celebration cards in high grades. You're talking about Pikachu and Charizard? Yeah, I got a PSA 10 of the Charizard and a PSA 10 of the Pikachu, and then I got a CGC 10 of the Charizard. I bought it from a guy for like $2,000. He was in our group a long time ago, but he had like, I don't know, he got like really sassy one day. Got really mean. Then I think he left. Let's see. So there's OP16. Set that there. And then the OP10s. He was being a cornball. We are. No, but he was fighting with people over their politics, since we do talk a little politics sometimes. Only 2 I need to master the set, but the 25th, but haven't pulled the trigger. Yeah, so I kept telling people over and over and over again that they need to buy Metal Pikachu, Metal Charizard, back when they were like just a couple thousand. Because I kept telling them, I was like, just wait until it's truly understood how rare these are. That's why I was telling people. And I don't know if anyone took me seriously, but boy, was I right. I was super right about those. I told them it's the first time Pokemon printed metal Pokemons. And it's the base set Charizard and the base set Pikachu. And I was pointing out they're like impossible to grade 10. And so I was like, man, you guys got to pick these up because they're going to be so much more expensive. And it just turned out super, 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 super true right away, too. You didn't have to wait very long. Here, I actually have the Pikachu. Where's the Charizard, though? Give me a second. For fun, I'll bring this up. For funsies, I'll bring this over. Here it is. So I don't know where it's at, but I have a CGC 10 of these as well. Just the Charizard, not the Pikachu. There it is. What do you think of that? Maybe you can tell the audience what the last sold is on those 2 cards, because you could look it up for us real fast and tell us. Let's see. I'm going to get these cards off the table. Well, PokeRep told me he will print more. Did he really? He didn't say that. You're just joking. I didn't think they were going to print more of those. No way. They're probably way harder to print than cardboard cards. All right, check it out. So those are going to get put away now. Don't bet against Charizard. Or Pikachu. I'm not a Pikachu fan. I just ain't. Pikachu is like, Pikachu! It's okay to be a Pikachu fan. In fact, if anything, it's probably better for you that I'm not one, because I would have helped drive up the Pikachu market higher than it already is. I like Psychic, Ghost, and Dark Pokemon because I'm an edgelord. That's why I like Tyranitar. I also like Gengar. There we are. Very good. All right, Cameron said it was $16,500 for Metal Charizard. That was the last sold. $16,000. Wow. We're starting with the best pulls, Mr. Brad. Mr. Brad, you're new, right? Here's 2 hollows. Here's 2 more hollows. And here's da-da-da, Mustache Man. Ooh. First timer, nice. All right. By the way, let me do this real fast. Good. Tossing this. Okay. I'm liking your order. You went deep, man. That's impressive. So, in case you guys don't know, the way it works with shipping, it's $9 to ship your cards. You don't have to ship out tonight. You can actually wait a whole year before shipping. And we're like almost a Pokemon card storage company as much as we are a rip and ship. So we store your cards until you want to ship so that you can keep combining cards in your bag. And if you get enough cards together, we give you a box. He has sturdy little ETB. So that's how it works, actually. In case you've never done that before. Okay, snip this. Sometimes new guys feel they got to ship on the first day. You don't have to ship on the first day. All right, there we go. Now, here's the Royal Blood. Ooh, an alt art. Don Quixote Rocinante. Very nice. Don Quixote. Here's, ooh, Monkey D. Luffy. Look at those hands, man. Wow, he looks like he's about to spread it. Clap it or something. Wow, what is this round? Did you see that? That was a schmexy round, dude. What the hell? Wow, we got you exactly the right ones, I guess. Congratulations. Okay. First time opening luck. Here's a little Monkey D. Luffy. Tossing this here. This channel has been running for 7 years. 7 years of nonstop Pokemon card breaks and pack openings and booster box breaks and splits and gym breaks and giveaways and just all kinds of stuff. We talk about the hobby constantly. We talk about the news. It is. Here's Tashigi. Whoa. All right. Very good. We make fun of kids if they ever come into the channel. There you go. All right. So that was Royal Blood. Obviously no manga, but your pull rate out of 10 packs was phenomenal. Congratulations on that. And then here's the new one. The Time of Battle. Okay, Time of Battle. Cool. Let's get it. Welcome to new One Piece fan. Yes, Musabot's a One Piece fan too. So we got the two of you. Sarah is too, actually. She's been buying a lot of Pokemon lately, but she used to buy a ton of One Piece. She loves it. We usually have a nice One Piece break running too. Okay. Found the channel in 2022 when I was at Mizzou. Was shocked when I realized how close you were. Oh yeah, I'm still in Lake of the Ozarks, but we're contemplating moving. We are thinking about places to move. Are you still in Missouri? You know, so if Missouri becomes a no-tax state, the case to stay becomes much larger. Because Missouri is a very cheap state. Like, the effective tax rate's pretty low. The effective tax burden is low. The cost of living burden is low. It's a cheap state. And then if you toss on top of that, no taxes, if they actually pass that, I don't know, I might move to Portosima in Lake of the Ozarks, upgrade to an even bigger lake house, hopefully one with a ton of security, because that's probably our next thing. Our next house we buy is going to be mega secure. Here we are. No way! What do we got? Woo! Is wow, look at that. I've never seen that before. Blackbeard Pirates, the 7 Warlords. Wow, that looks great, man. What are we doing here? Because this card is really gold. The Golden Zahahaha event. This card looks fantastic, man. I'm loving it. All right. This guy had a fantastic first-time order. The Gold's art and Pika summoned it. Oh, good point. Yeah, maybe they did. Kind of similar, isn't it? It's like an etched golden color on them. Somebody tell me, what is this card going for? Is it at the level of a manga, or is it more like a second tier? It is. Obviously, it looks like a chase card to me, but it might not be at the level of a manga. Raw for $100. Okay, so it's kind of like a second tier chase pull, with the manga being first tier. That's cool still. I like it. It's beautiful. It might be undervalued, you know. That happens sometimes. Think of like Pokemon ARs. You know how like it took a while for ARs to really take off in price? It's because people didn't really understand it for a while. And then one day they did, and it got really expensive. Here's Edward Newgate. New set, so no PSA 10 yet. Okay. Cool, man. All right. Here's another thing. We actually help people with their grading. Brad, we offer multiple options. For $3, I will examine your card for its ability to grade Black Label. So that's called a pre-grade. Those are $3 each. And then also, we can forward your card to CGC, BGS, PSA, We could even find out the price for tag. We got to put tag back up there. PSA is really overpriced right now. I don't recommend them, but we're doing a lot of CGC and BGS right now. We also are probably going to consider SGC. I'm probably going to do an SGC submission. Maybe I'll do a Impel Marvel SGC submission. What do you guys think? Meanwhile, I can't find my Waifu Wedding Nami after so many boxes. You'll find her. She's somewhere. Hope she's out there somewhere. Somewhere. Here we are. Here we have Monkey D. Luffy. Your turn. Okay. And wow, Charlotte Katakuri, you are just killing it today. Lots of pulls for our new friend, Mr. Brad. Thanks, Brad. How'd you hear about us, by the way? We are. I'm always curious how people met us. There we go. Mr. Kevin Pham was clearing up his Discord servers and ran into ours and felt nostalgic. How crazy is that? There we go. Good. All right. Charlotte Katakuri. Wow. Cool, man. 7th best card. You're saying that's the 7th best card? He's killing it tonight. You are? I was just randomly scrolling and came across you. Really? On YouTube, or were you on a different app? Seems that it's very important that YouTube advertises us. There we go. Well, you did quite well, man. Tonight's your lucky night. All right. We had all that product just sitting there waiting to be opened, too, that whole time. No one was opening it. On YouTube. Wow. Okay, so there you go, guys. It's important YouTube advertises for us, because if they don't, we don't make new friends like Mr. Brad here. All right, set that there. And let's grab this. So we're looking for new guys. We got some new guy bonuses. Looks like the next one's pretty hot. It's Lucario and put that back. Riolu. Lucario Riolu is the next round. Drink this up. You'll probably never have another round like this. I found you on OnlyFans, mister. Oh, no, he found my OnlyFans. There we are. What? You're funny, man. Good. It's come down to this, guys. You know, I'm addicted to Pokemon, and I got to make money every way that I can, okay? Whatever I got to do is what I got to do. Okay, so check it out, Mr. Brad. The way it works. So these are all yours now. And we got this cute little plastic baggie. And all your cards go in here. Okay. Right, and we fold it over. And now we're going to write your name on it. So it's going to say, Mr. Brad, player. So your bag has your name on it. So we know exactly whose cards these are. 8/26. Now it's dated 8/26. That means you have 1 year to ship this from the day that we marked it. And so it's expired on 8/27, a whole year from now. That's a long time. So you get to add more stuff to the bag if you wish before you officially ship out. And you could take your sweet time doing that. You could take months doing that if you wish. Or you could ship it tomorrow, which it wouldn't actually ship tomorrow. Miss Alexis comes in on what, Friday? Computer, program Mister to only sell Digimon. When I first found the channel, what made you stand out was the whole Mister thing. Oh, Mister. That was because of a kid. I feel like we don't get as many kids. Do you guys think we don't get as many kids? I bet you the algorithm is hiding us from them because we have too many hot booby cards. We show off booby cards constantly. And I bet that the algorithm's like, you know, this is for adults only. Here's an Alex order coming up next. So how do I go about getting everything shipped? Yes, great question. So on the website, it's pretty easy. On the website, look for shipping. And it should be $9 in the US. $9 shipping. And the first time I ship to you, I might include the signature confirmation. You seem real. Yeah, actually, there was kind of a giveaway. We dealt with like a credit card scammer the other day. So nowadays, new guys put me on extra alert, but I'm pretty sure you're who you say you are. So, but anyways, Yeah, you would find the shipping option on the website, and there should be a $9 shipping option. You'll pay $9. $9. Make sure your address is up to date. Make sure you have the correct address. And then what'll happen is I'll print you a label, and then on Friday, we have Miss Alexis. She comes in and does the shipping. You got some really good ones, so I can understand if you want to ship right away. Charizard. He's 16,000. Alex is here. He says, keep sealed, Diagon Alley. You got it. Okay, so Alex is keeping a sealed pack of Diagon Alley. Grab this. What is even in here? All these baggies. So these are like abandoned baggies. Here's a Pokemon pack. Okay, so the Diagon Alley is not in here at all. So then, where is it? This might be it. Aha! Man, I got the cough tonight, man. I always have the cough. I think it's from talking so much for so long. When I first found Mr., he thought I was Kage Bunshin of Kendrick. The algorithm must pick up the cursing too. What? I never curse. Never. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Mr. Alex, he's just buying a sealed boosty pack tonight. The Celebrations UPC with those metal cards is like $1,300 now. Whoa, are you serious? Crazy. That's crazy. I think that means our Celebration packs are too cheap now. All right. I'm going to hit refresh. Would you be interested in trading the Lord of the Rings slab I have for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pack? You want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pack, and in exchange, I keep your Lord of the Rings card. Let me ask you a question. Is it like a PSA 10? What is it? I'm going to hit refresh. I missed those funny titles like the early Pidgey gets the Caterpie. Ooh, that's a really good one. I wonder if I save that. I've been trying to save good titles because I actually want to reuse them. You know, it's been years, and all of my good titles should get reused. The early Pidgey gets the Caterpie. We still make funny titles sometimes. Like the other day, I made one of the titles, Me Want Charizard. Me want Charizard. All right, very immature. Here's Mr. With Them. He says, 3 of the English OP14s. Ah, you got all excited. You said, wait a second, that looks fun. All right, here's some English OP14s. This is free for a first-time buyer. We're looking for first-time buyers now. We'll meet some new guys. I got it in the other shuffle. That's 2 pretty much vintage poker cards. Those are from 2012, the Pokemon Black deck. Probably going to grade 10, just straight up. They're extremely clean, coming out of a sealed deck with virtually perfect centering. Here we have 2 holos. We have Trafalgar Law. Ooh, I got it in the other shuffle. Oh, nice, dude. Do you remember if it's a 10 or not, or if it's a 9? What was it? Nami. We can also put it for sale for you on consignment, so that's also an option. There we go, Mr. Thim. Let's go grab your box. So check out Mr. Thim. He's got a box because he's got so many cards. He been going deep. Thank you, Thim. All right. Thim, because you've gone so deep for so long, you get a special voice chat with me. We are. Wouldn't that be funny if we actually did that? We should do that. We should do like, I should have an option to give me like a phone call or something, or like a Discord call. And that could be related to like you asking me some questions related to maybe like your collection or something. That's a common request. I get a request where people will ask me to talk to them about how to improve their collection. You are. And I never really set up a system for that. Mr. Kevin Pham's back. He'd like 4 of the Poke Shuffles. All right. Well, welcome back. Last time you were helped out by the promo cards. This time we don't have the promo cards. I'm not crazy about Lord of the Rings, so I don't even remember what it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, we could probably put it on the list of cards to retrieve from the shipping area, which is like 7 miles away from here. No! All right, Kevin. Well, these are actually yours, by the way, these cards. Now, a lot of people donate them back. Would you like to donate them back? I'll put them into your bag this time. Anyone who opens the Poke Shuffles gets to keep the cards that they pull. But yeah, people generally donate them back because they go, well, you can have them. What was your initial Poke investment? Ooh, great question. Well, some of the very earliest quote-unquote Poke investments was actually PSA 10 Dark Charizard Holo First Edition, PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard from the Gym Challenge Collection. Those are very nostalgic cards for me. And then another one would be the Neo Shining Tyranitar, a card I always wanted as a teenager but never pulled. So I always wanted it and I never got it. So I finally whipped out my wallet and bought it. At the time, it cost $800, which was crazy. Whoever heard of spending $800 on a Pokemon card? It seemed almost like idiotic to do it. But now if we look up PSA 10 Neo Shining Tyranitar. Now if we look it up today and we look at the cheapest one, remember I bought it for $800. One of my very first Pokemon card investments. Now, that one's unlimited. Oh, is it unlimited? Yeah, that one's unlimited. That's unlimited. That's unlimited. Really? That's first edition. There we go. So, $25,000 with an old cert, I might add. Looks pretty clean, though. That's good. So, $25,000. From $800 to $25,000. Crazy, dude. But I did other things, like I bought some Rocket boxes. I was so nostalgic for Team Rocket. I love Team Rocket. So I bought that right away as well. All right, so was Mary really your first customer? Probably not. If I recall, there was a time period before I was really going live where I had a gentleman and he was just buying my holographic cards from me. And this was before I started selling them live, because the very first thing I started doing, I was opening up Pokemon cards just for myself and not really going live. I was just making private videos, you know? And so there was a guy, I wish I could remember his name. His name was like Jester or something like that. And he enjoyed buying the holographic cards for like 50 cents each. So I'd open up a booster box, pull like, 36, I pulled 36 holos, and he would buy them for like $15 essentially. And I was like, all right, it was fine. Actually, I thought it was kind of crazy that he was spending so much on them. I was like, that's too much money for a holo, but he wanted them real bad. Mr. Thim, 3 more of the English OP14s. You got it. Here we are. All right. Yeah, that was a long time ago. And I was still streaming every day Monster Hunter World. And we would have like, it fluctuated, but it was like 300 to 600 viewers per stream. I was doing really well on that gaming channel. And when I swapped over to Pokemon, the views just crashed. Like it was nothing like the Monster Hunter channel. And it never really was. But what was different was people were dropping all this money to open Pokemon cards. And so I was just getting paid really well. I was like, holy hell, dude. So you get fewer viewers, but you're essentially doing a more important job. You know, like YouTube ad revenue just doesn't pay anything. YouTube's stingy as F. Compare that to like getting into Pokemon cards and Pokemon card grading and breaks and all this other stuff. I was basically entrenching myself in one of the most valuable skills, in one of the most desired alternative assets in the whole world, in all of America. And so it was just right place, right time, really. And all it was my original passion for Pokemon. All I did when I was a kid. I was just as crazy then as I am now. I tell stories about that. I was it was me and Vincent. We were the last two guys still collecting, and we stopped at Neo Destiny. All right, there's a them. He stopped, and then I stopped. I knew he was giving up. You know how I knew he was giving up? He traded me one of his better cards, and I said, this guy's tossing in the towel. That's how you know. When someone starts trading you some of their best cards, and they're just like, yeah, you can have it. That's how you know they're done. And it still happens that way. I warn people about that. I say, when you get bored of your collection, that's when you're going to make a mistake. It's when you're bored. It's when you're like, oh, I should have bought stocks. It's when you're like, oh, the cards are going down and I don't want them anymore. Yeah, when you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like you're sick of Pokemon and you can't stand how much money you have in Pokemon, and, oh, I wish I had cash and it would be better if I had cash. That's when you get killed by another guy who's better at it than you. That's it. That's your weakest point as a trader, as a Pokemon card trader. It's that moment in the pit of your stomach when you're ready to get rid of your card collection. And I learned that so strongly when I was a kid. When I was a kid and everyone around me was giving up, and they were like, this Pokemon cards are boring. I wasn't done. I just kept going. And I was like the last kid on the street to collect them until, Vincent, I could tell, was giving up. And he just had more, like his parents gave him an allowance. So that guy would constantly open packs. He was better than me at getting the packs, It was just him and his sister, Danielle. And she thought I was cute. And I think they had like a baby. They had a newborn. And he would just get an allowance. Imagine that. He would just get free money. It's like, wow, your parents just give you money? So he would just buy packs with his money and show me what he got. Mary, quite contrary. Career pre-Pokemon? My career pre-Pokemon was, I was the GameConomist YouTuber, and we were successful over there as well. Before that, I was in college, but also had a brief job in technology. I worked on a database as a software engineer. And that was right out of college with my new software engineer degree, before YouTube kind of took off for me. But here, let me look this up. I probably sound very different. The Game Economist. There it is. All right. That's my other channel. See? 132,000 subscribers. So we actually still have not caught up to that channel all these years later. Look, this video is 6 years old, and it has almost 1 million views. And yeah, we were doing quite well over there. We got donations and ad revenue, but I didn't do any merchandise or anything like that. And I gave all that up to do Pokemon. So that was it. I swapped over to Pokemon, and I love it, but we don't have the same, I don't know, we don't have the same like level of views. All right. Cool, man. That channel's slowly dying, by the way, because I never post over there. It's too bad. At its height, we had a Discord server with 48,000 subscribers in it. 48,000 subscribers. Let's see what kind of comments I've gotten over there. Just people talking about the game. All right, I'm going to swap back over to TheCardconomist. There we go. All right, cool, man. Let's see what kind of order we have next. So, it looks like we did get a shipping order from Mr. Brad. Brad says 1 round of shipping. You got it, man. All right, now, Mr. Brad, it won't ship out instantly because Miss Alexis doesn't come in every day. Okay, we're going to come over here. Oops. Do that real fast. And is the business name necessary? I don't think it is, so I'm not going to go with the business name, okay? And then we're going to grab your email. Very good. Good. And now we're going to, let's see. How heavy should this be? It's not a very heavy shipment. There's no slabs. All right, cool. So now we just got print a label. Me like shiny cards. That's right. Me like shiny cards too. We both love them. Real love for the game over here. I don't just love cards. I love the whole concept, you know, of like a tradable market, of breaks and odds, and all of it's extremely fun. Is she not entitled to the sweat of her brow? Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? Here we go. All right, good. We got your label now, and I put it in the bag. Where'd that bag go? It is the Brad bag. Da-da-da. And we ship this out. Cool, man. Very good. I need some BioShock quotes. Let's see. BioShock quotes. Let's see. It's Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington. It belongs to the poor. Oh my God, dude. It was not impossible to build Rapture at the bottom of the sea. It was impossible to build it anywhere else. Wow. Crazy. Wait, let me look up this one too. Oops. Let's see this one. Listen to this. This is from the in-game diary. What is the difference between a man and a parasite? A man builds. A parasite asks, "Where is my share?" Wow. What the hell? It's kind of relevant, you know, because that's all we talk about in politics today, right? Like, you got Mamdani, he's opening up government grocery stores now, which is like classic communism. Oh, let me do this. Grab this. All right. My last moment will be my phone holding the iPhone 30 over the eBay buying page, looking at Charizard, then buying him. What? What are you talking about? I'll tell you somebody who had a last moment recently. That one synthwave artist, Chavashki. I think his name's Chavashki. That guy apparently just passed away. Here we are. All right. The crazy plastic surgeon was wild. He's like deforming those people for art. Yeah, he goes, well, there's an obsession with beauty, right? And then the obsession with beauty drives him crazy, and then he starts disfiguring everybody because he wants them to look ugly or something like that. It's really funny. It somehow captures like a real human experience where it's like if you get obsessed with making things perfect, you can have like a total meltdown and just want to throw it all away. All right, next up, we got Mr. Hathim. Last four OP14s. You got it. Should have just placed these closer to myself. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Man, we need a tag return already. You guys ready for a tag return? All right. Let's snip this. And we'll snip this. A man builds. A parasite asks, "Where is my share?" All right. Ah, man. Here's a hollow. Ooh. But, you know, on the subject of the whole, like, government-ran grocery stores, I do actually agree with the Republicans that it's just kind of a dumb idea. Like, if you want to help the poor with food, just give them, you know, like a food credit card or whatever, right? All the government really has to do is tax and then hand money out to people. It doesn't have to get into the business of running grocery stores. Why would the government be good at running grocery stores? That's a skill, you know. Operating a grocery store is a grocery store skill. So we're going to use our taxpayer dollars to hire all these government workers to run grocery stores. It's like they're never going to be as good at it as a guy who's passionate specifically about grocery, and then he goes into the private sector, he's always going to be better at it. But it's kind of unfair for him because if he lives near those government grocery stores, the government's going to make the price artificially cheap and undercut him by like 30%. Well, how does the government manage to do that? It just uses our tax dollars. It's like cheating. It's like cheating at the business game. So they're going to use your tax dollars to artificially make the price low. And it's ironically going to drive all the other grocery stores out of business. They're going to go, oh, well, I'm out of business. My competitor just has like this absolute advantage. So you're going to lose all of the passionate grocers. They're going to move on or struggle. And then you're just going to have the government ran grocery store ran by government people, which they're just not going to be as good at it. They're not passionate about grocery. Here it is, Mr. Athim. That's why the private sector always ends up doing a better job. You know, like FedEx and UPS versus like USPS, right? Well, the private sector ends up doing a better job because the people who are running those companies, they're in it for the passion of that particular business. But the government's just in business to be the government. They're not passionate in particular about moving packages or, you know what I mean? Would you want to live in Rapture? Probably not as it's portrayed in the video game. It all fell apart. But would I live in an underwater city? Oh, gosh, man. It sounds really, really scary. It also sounds really, really cool. So maybe I would temporarily live there. But I mean, imagine if like an earthquake happened and all the structures broke or something, you know, like and everything crushed or like flooded. So I think I would be claustrophobic and constantly living in fear. So now I think it's worse than living underground in a way. Let's say you just lived underground in a cave, right? Well, it's very dark, and that's the biggest problem maybe there's a problem with like radon or again, maybe earthquakes, but other than that, it's just a cave. But under the ocean, you're going to drown. Yeah, if something goes wrong, you die, you drown. So I don't know. And that is a good question. No taxation or government overreach. The fact that they can cut our food off, says Smoked Out Turtle. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think they would cut our food off. But there's a lot of people who think government-ran grocery stores are a good idea. And it's like, bro, just have the government raise taxes and then just hand the poor people food money. And in fact, we already have a system for that. It's the WIC checks and food stamps and stuff like that. We already have that. So just if it's not enough for the current grocery stores, just raise the taxes and then just give money to the people who need food, right? Like that's what the government's good at. The government's good at that. It's good at taxing and it's good at welfare checks. So just have the government do that. Why would the government get into running a freaking grocery store? Like the government's not good at running grocery stores. That's a skill. Who's passionate and skillful at grocery stores? Well, grocers are. Well, if you're a guy, you're like specifically passionate about groceries, who are you going to work for? The government or yourself? You're going to work for yourself. Because if you do a good job, you want to be paid for doing a good job. So the people who work for the government aren't the people who are passionate and competitive and, you know, like obsessive speedrunner types. These are just guys looking for a job. Whereas the guys who go specifically into grocery business, they have like a family history of it, or they grew up in it and they just have like a deep knowledge, or they have special connections, or they love grocery. Those guys get into it and they don't want to work for the government. They want to work for themselves. Here's a thing. So yeah, it's like, it's never going to be efficient, is it? So the government is really good at taxing. And if people are struggling with food, just give them some money for food. Problem solved. And the real reason to open up a government grocery store is because the government wants to do something called price controls. They're already doing it with the rent, right? They want to go in and set the price of goods in the economy. They say, no. Rent can't be what the market declares it to be. The government will decide what the price of rent is. This always ends in shortages. Once something is really good, there's not enough of it. And I feel like there's a lot of people who don't understand why that happens, why the shortages happen. But think of it like this. Let's say you got a government grocery store and they sell apples. And they're selling those apples real cheap. Well, where are they getting them from? The farmer. And they go back to the farmer and they say, hey, you got to sell those apples to us real cheap, and everybody wants them. And the farmer says, bananas sell for more now. You made apples cheap, so I'm going to make bananas instead, because bananas aren't cheap. That's it. That's what causes the shortage. Ooh, Gecko Moria. So something gets cheap and everybody wants it now because it's so cheap, but no one wants to be the person who has to supply it because that guy's getting hosed. He's not making any money. That's how, like, you know, in like Mao Zedong's China and in the Soviet Union, they had those giant famines. Well, because nobody wanted to do farming anymore, they're like, nah. And so the government took over the farming next. That's what they did next, is they took over the farming. The government said, oh, you won't work for free in farming anymore. Well, the centrally controlled government will do it. And it turns out farmers are good at farming. Governments are not good at farming. That's all it is. It's like something we already figured out a long time ago. So, you know, if you want a more socialist New York, you can do that. You can just raise taxes and hand out more welfare, right? You can give people like a food credit card. You can give out more food stamps, all kinds of stuff. But why would you want the government running a grocery store? They're never going to be good at it. They're always going to be inefficient at it. And you can't force the farmer to go farm apples. He's going to farm bananas. The minute you make the apples artificially cheap, the farmer's going to go farm bananas instead. He's like, well, bananas make good money and apples make bad money. Right? And everyone wants apples at the same time. So all of a sudden the supply has gone down, but the demand has gone way up. The demand for apples skyrockets. Ooh, apples, they're so cheap. But the supply of apples goes down because nobody wants to work on them. They don't make any money. And that's somewhat true with the apartment stuff too, you know. Why would you want to build an apartment anymore? The solution with housing is always, of course, to just print more housing, right? Just like with Pokemon cards. If you keep printing them, suddenly they're not worth anything. There's enough of them. Well, it works the same way with housing. If housing's too expensive, you got to keep building. You got to keep building. You need more supply. And who's going to want to build any houses if you can't make any money renting them? The demand for rent is, you know, from like landlords, that's down. So they're going to go build them in Miami. They're going to go build them in, you know, Dallas, Texas, maybe New Jersey, maybe Connecticut or something. But the demand for house building will go shockingly down once the government steps in and says, you don't get to decide the economy. Buyers don't get to decide the economy. We decide the economy. Us and the government. We're way smarter than you guys. So when they start making those decisions for you, what the price of goods are, it's a sign like, ooh, don't invest my money there. That's not going to be a good situation. Here's Miss Christine. Hello, Christine. Chinese Pokemon Gem Volume 3. You got it. We are? All right. Yeah, why would you want to invest in a place where the government decides how much money something can make? It's like, ooh, get me out of there. All right, here we are. There's a housing shortage, and that implies there needs to be more construction. Rent freezes will decrease construction, ironically. Here we are. All right. Good. You can force them in communism. That's the free market. Is this the same live, or you went live again? If you're still up, it's very impressive. We go live twice a day. This is the second stream. Ta-da! It's Tonka Tootsie. What's up, Tonka Tootsie? Anyways, what I mean to say is give me double communism. I'm ready for it. I want double communism, please. I love it. Grabbing this. I'll have a double serving. I say abolish private property. There you are. Put all the grocery stores out of business. Only government grocery stores. All right, here we go. Christine. Mr. Cranking Packs day and night. Actually, if you ask me, we ought to open up a communist Pokemon store in New York. Where, like, most people can't afford lots of Pokemon. Well, the government should use taxpayer dollars to subsidize the Pokemon cards. then there'll be enough for everybody. That's what I'm thinking. So, communist government Pokemon stores, please. Yes. All right, we got Bonnet. He knows how to use them hands. Government cheese does slap, though. Yeah, I'm not against... By the way, I just want to point this out. I'm not against us using our tax dollars to help people in need with food. That's a pretty normal thing. There's, like, nothing really shocking about it. Like, I don't think everything should be free. But if somebody really does have, like, some unusual disadvantages and they need help with food, so what? You know, it's not a big deal. It's just the idea that there's a government-ran grocery store. Like, just let the private market run the grocery stores, and then you tax people and give people food stamps, and then they just go buy their food. It works. We already do it. And if people are not getting enough groceries, well, then just raise the amount that you're giving them. And now the government doesn't have to run grocery stores, and the people still get their food. And you don't run the private industry out of business. So the people running the grocery stores, they keep working. Voila. You know? But the government wants price controls. And price controls, that's when you have this thing called a centrally controlled economy, where the government decides the demand and the government decides this, you know, ultimately the supply of a good. The government's going to decide the price and the supply and the demand. And that doesn't work very well because people say, oh, I don't want to work for half off. I don't want to sell you apples for 30% less, you know? All right, let's see what we got. It's Mr. Ki-Hyun Ro. He says, one Evolving Cries booster pack. Oh, really? I believe I have one over here. Let's see. I've seen one about... Where did I last see it? What do you guys think? I want to hear some of your guys' opinions on it. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Let's see. I know I've got one in here. The question for me is, do I open another box? Oh, here it is. Nice. Okay, he says an Evolving Cries booster pack. You really opening this? Mr. has more Pokemons than he could ever spend. Let's take 99% of his Pokemons and redistribute it to everyone that has ever watched. No! That's it. I'm moving to Miami. Yeah. Redistribution. You've done too well. You've done too well. Now we're here to take your stuff. Here it is. Ooh. All right. Ooh. Everyone's a communist until they're the one that has to be taxed, taxed to death. It is. Oh, damn it. All right. Ready? Let's see. Zorua. Cryogonal. Petalil. Bergamite. Drowsy. Gossifleur. Ooh. Oh. Oh, nice. You pick up a Gyarados. Not bad. All right. Looking good. Lantern. All right. Very nice. Imagine you're voting for communism, right? And it's because you believe it's moral to help the poor. But then the American government says, there's a lot of people in the slums in India, and a lot of people in the slums in the Philippines, and a lot of people in the slums in Vietnam. And so you're actually much wealthier than them. And so we're going to have to redistribute your wealth too. I feel like it would suddenly become very unpopular to redistribute wealth. You're like, wait a second. It's for me, not for all those guys. But morally, wouldn't it make sense that you should, if you're so wealthy in America, if it's a moral subject, wouldn't it make sense that we should all have to give our wealth up until everyone in Africa has been taken care of, until everyone in the Philippine slums has been taken care of? Right? All right, let's see. So the moralism of it is always, to me, a cop-out. I don't think people are that moralistic. I think they just see a very local equation and go, hey, that guy over there's got a humongous mansion. It's like one of 8 mansions. We're going to have to take that. It's got too many mansions. All right, check it out. Oops. Oh. But you know, to somebody living in a slum in the third world, you're living in a mansion. Maybe you should have to give your money up to them. And it's funny how that can change your perspective on the concept of redistribution. There's always someone poor, you know. It's a really interesting struggle. The whole world's really poor, it turns out. It's just everywhere. And it's like, how do you really solve that poverty? And I know the answer to it because I love this subject. It's industriousness. It's productivity. Productivity actually changes the world. Everyone needs a job to do. That will change the world. And that's why capitalism's been so successful, because it got everybody working. That's what it was. Everyone started working on stuff. All right, let's see. Just let them live how they want to. I'm nowhere near wealthy. I have no problem admitting I don't make 6 digits a year. And even if I was making 7 digits, I don't think rich should give away the money that they worked for. Yeah, I don't mind. My perspective on the whole like redistribution, I'm not like anarcho-capitalist where, you know, people should pay 0 taxes. I'm not like that. I think the system we have right now is pretty good, decently competitive. And it's kind of like a mix of low taxes and progressive socialist handouts. We actually already do a lot of handouts. And so I think the system as we have it today is already pretty close to how it should be. Yeah, progressive tax rate, and that's it. I don't think it has to be, think about it, I don't think it has to be changed much. And people complain about like the cost of living and the cost of homes, but you know what caused that, right? Government money printing. So the irony is the government was the one who made the cost of living so unaffordable. And then they turn around and say, hey, we know how to solve this for you. We'll just raise taxes. It's like, problem not solved? Inflation was the problem. Yeah, you used to be able to afford a home. Now homes are double the price. You used to be able to afford food. Food's double the price. That happened during COVID, actually. They were talking about COVID today, weren't they? In the news, they were talking about COVID. I guess they were trying to roast Fauci or something, and he was like, nah, I ain't talking. I saw that. He's like, I plead the fifth. So he was pleading a lot. And during COVID, the government basically borrowed absurd amounts of money from the central bank and then handed it out to everybody. Remember the COVID checks? Everyone got those checks and everyone was like, oh yeah, give me that stimmy money. What happened to the economy afterwards? Well, like a trillion people, not a trillion, but like millions of people are spending those stimmy checks, right? And all that money trickles up into the pockets of some rich guys who run Amazon and Walmart, and then they turn around and they buy stuff with that money. They buy stocks, they buy houses, and they just buy up as much as they can with debt as well. And so demand goes up, but the supply of stuff stayed the same. We didn't produce anything during COVID. So the supply of goods was the same, but the demand for the goods was skyrocketing. And now everything costs more. You got all these low interest homes that got purchased up with big amounts of mortgage debt. And you can't find any free, any homes available for cheap. And the interest rates had to be raised to stop the inflation. So now you can't even borrow cheap. And we saw the price of food go up like 9% one year, and there was like 9% the next year, and there was like 9% for a third year. Like, dude, the price of food went up like 50%. And people turn around and they can't afford food, and they're like, oh, well, the solution is the government. Bro, the government did this to you. That's why it cost so much. It was the government. It was the government spending money that they did not have. That was the actual problem. Deep down, that was the problem. The government spent a ton of money that it did not actually have. It had to borrow it from the central bank. So now we want to, give people free money for food, which sounds humanitarian. Okay, that part's sounding good. But how does the government actually get the money to do that? And the answer is they A, either have to raise taxes, or B, they have to borrow money again. So it's like definitely not a solved problem. It's what would really change America is if wages went up. And that's hard to do. It takes a while because the companies are laying people off. Instead of hiring them, they're laying them off. So why would they raise wages? They're actually firing people. right? Microsoft just fired a ton of people. And so, you know, you have an economy where people are buying less stuff because it's too expensive, right? Well, if they're buying less stuff, why would companies be hiring more people? Less stuff is selling, right? So they don't need as many people because less goods are selling. And so they're not raising wages. They're actually laying people off from work. So it's very tough right now. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. If you're in the Illuminati, leave the stream, says Alex. Oh, snap, 2 people left. It's all because OBBB due to tariffs. I'm against the tariffs. I think the tariffs are bad. Tariffs should go away. Trump brags about the tariffs. I don't like them. That being said, I think all countries should remove tariffs, not just the United States. We should all put our tariffs away. It's just a waste of money. Due to raw material price went up because of tariffs, the company have to put the margin to customers, which leads to inflation. Yeah, well, raw materials went up anyways because the value of the dollar went down. So when a government prints debt, when a central bank issues debt to give to the government, issuing debt at really low interest rates is so close to just straight up printing money, right? Like if the government's borrowing like $1 trillion at 2%, it's like you just printed 800 billion. You know, that's the effect of it. And so, yeah, so if the government's borrowing a ton of debt, they're causing massive inflation. That means the purchasing power of the dollar goes down, and raw materials, because they cannot be printed, the government can't actually print things that matter. They can only print dollars. So because they can't print raw materials, people know to charge more money for the raw materials because the demand is going up because there's free money all over the place. So yeah, raw materials go up anyways. And you're right, if we import raw materials and then run a tariff on them, that's also going to raise the cost too. But so it's a combination of things, you know, it's a combination. But yeah, that money printing was deadly, dude. I told people when it happened, I said, that money printing is going to stop me and you from retiring. That's going to be the effect. The effect is you'll never own a home. It's too expensive. You're never going to save up for retirement. It's too expensive. You know what I mean? Like, just get used to the idea that you're probably going to work until you faint. By the way, we're doing a lot of talking. I want to point this out. We're doing a lot of talking. There's no orders in the queue, so that is the reason. So when there's no orders, I start jibber-jabbering. I start yapping. So if you guys want to shut me up, just send in an order. By the way, for first-time buyers, we have this free Riolu and Lucario. Really nice poker cards. If these both graded 10, and they probably would, if these both graded 10, probably like $100 for the Lucario, $75 for the Riolu. Really good cards here. And I'm telling you, it comes out of a deck that's like perfect. So you got a great chance to grade 10. Put that into football terms. I'm not very good at football. I don't think I can put that into terms very easily. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, people look to the government to solve the, you know, like the food cost crisis. It's like, are you aware the government was the one who caused the crisis? Who knows that was how it worked? Food was more affordable. Then the government locked everything down for COVID and printed $1 trillion. Now food's not affordable. So the government was the one who made it unaffordable through inflation. And now later they're saying, well, the government can fix it by making everything free. It's like, well, where's the government going to get the money for that? They either A, have to raise taxes, or B, they have to print. They're going to print because you can only raise taxes so much before everyone starts to leave. They go, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm going somewhere else. There's a limit. I mean, you can try to raise it. You can try to get away with raising it. You might actually succeed, in fact. But there's like a limit, and then people start to go, this is just too high. I'm out of here. Like, for example, you can't raise taxes to 99%, for example. What would happen? If you raised the state taxes to 99%, everyone would leave the state. So you have a cap on how high you can raise it. And that cap is sort of like this, it's sort of like a test on what people are willing to pay before they decide to move to Dallas, Texas and get roasted in the sun. Or whatever it is, like Miami or Tennessee is the popular one right now. So that's the limit. The limit is how high can you raise it before people start, you know, going, you know what? That mansion in Tennessee is calling my name, baby. I'm getting into Tennessee. Well, shucks. Welcome to Tennessee. We got the Smoky Mountains. Well, shucks. That's the limit. When people decide it's too tough, they go, why am I paying half my money to the state? And then they go, I'm going to Tennessee. We are. And that could be really deadly for taxation, because if you start losing your actual tax base, it doesn't really matter how high you raise the taxes. You have no one to collect from. So raising taxes has a limited, sort of like a finite, you know, power to it. So then the other option is print. And printing's going to cause the price of food to go higher. You can't print your way out of inflation. The printing is the inflation. So you can't print your way out of a price problem. And again, a lot of people are probably thinking, so what's the solution? Once again, everyone has to go to work. That's the actual solution. All the people who want like the free food, they all have to be working 40 hours a week. All those jobs have to turn into good paying jobs. That means that you have to be producing a really valuable good. That's it. That's the actual solution. And I don't think people want that solution because it's not as sexy. It implies that you may get a job that you don't want to do. It implies that you may have to sweat. I was talking about how I listened to a guy on YouTube talk about how we should get rid of, oh wait, what's that? Oh, he was talking about how we should get rid of the 40-hour work week and replace it with the 30-hour work week. I was like, are you kidding? How are we going to do that? We have an inflation problem now. We should reduce human productivity. Like, that's the only thing saving us. By the way, for those who don't understand why productivity fixes it, is because it changes the supply side of the equilibrium, right? So there's an equilibrium between supply and demand, and that decides the price, right? Well, if you double, so let's say there's apples cost too much. Apples cost $2, and you're saying, whoa, apples are $2. Mamdani should start a government grocery store and artificially lower the price by 30%, right? So that might be one solution, and I can tell you that's not going to work. Here's the real solution. You need another farm full of apple trees, and you need to put workers on that farm, and now you have double the apples. And so as the supply goes up, the price finally comes back down. So you get more apples, and the problem is solved. That's the same with housing. That's the same with everything. You just increase the supply. Pokemon cards, they're too expensive, right? You just print more of them. Now they're cheaper. But somebody has to do the printing. So it's labor. Labor fixes it. Labor fixes a supply shortage. But you have to have people willing to labor. And that could mean like working 40 hours a day. That could mean like doing a job you don't necessarily love. And yeah, it just means doing that for the rest of your life. You have to, you have to like produce enough to be worth a whole home, the food you eat every day, all your medicine, whatever education you wanted. You have to be worth that. You have to be worth a vehicle. So you have to labor that much that you're worth all those things. All right, we do have an order from Jorge Jiren. What's up, man? Hey, it's Mr. LaFlame. Did you watch The Odyssey? No, I haven't watched that one. Don says, I want to say this Trump placed all these tariffs on companies and countries, and that in turn raised price for a lot of things. Only for months down the road, the courts rule the tariffs illegal. You're talking about the Supreme Court. Yeah, they did. And I don't remember what their reasoning was. But I think I do remember Amy Coney Barrett, who was actually elected by Trump to be a Republican. And when he ran, he was so hell-bent on picking conservatives to the Supreme Court. And it's really funny because she's been voting like Democrat maybe like 50% of the time. He must be so annoyed in secret about it. Here's Mr. Roki Hyun. Oh, wait, we already did that one. Let me hit refresh. So for some reason, I have to hit refresh or it shows me an old one. Let's see. Let me know how the Spider-Man is tomorrow. I would like to watch it too. Now he's going to return all his money back and we're stuck with the bill. Yeah, here we are. Let me go ahead and click on this. I might be entitled to some tariff money. I don't know how that would work, but if I am, I'd like to collect it. For the other slabs, not the Poke Shuffle slabs. Thanks, broski. Oh, you're talking about other shuffles? Mr. Jorge, are you talking about the other shuffles? Is that what you'd like me to open? That must have made the experience so bad. I wonder how many smelly divorced dads will be at the Spider-Man premiere. We had a big guy that smelled next to us at the Mario movie. Ew. Hey, don't be beating up on divorced dads, Alex. What do you think of the 30th and Delta Rain? Art hype-wise. Delta Rain? I haven't seen Delta Rain. Hold on, let me see Delta Rain. Delta Rain. Leaked Delta Rain. Cards revealed. Oh, okay. That'll be the new... That's the new Rayquaza set. It's being called Delta Rain. Is that it? I thought it was being called Storm Emeralda. Yeah, it looks great. It's got Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon in it. So it's certainly going to be very popular. I've looked at it a couple times. It's just a really cool looking set. We got like 6 cases coming. Then he bombed the poo out of Iran. Trump said there will be no more wars. Yeah, he definitely wasn't telling the truth on that at all. He says, yes, sir. All right, thank you very much. I'm ready to open the other shuffles. Yeah, actually, you knew Trump was not who he said he was, because when he first gets into office, the very first thing he says is, he says, we need to take the Panama Canal back. He was like, what? I had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, Panama Canal? What? And so I didn't even know that we gave it away in the first place. I never knew that happened. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first thing he says is we need the Panama Canal. Then he says, we need Greenland. We need Canada. What? Holy, dude. All right. Whoa. So he was not super serious about no new wars. He was like, no new wars unless I think that they're really cool. Actually, a lot of new wars, maybe. Mr. Roki Hyun, 10 Pokey Shuffles. Here goes. I'm against the wars, generally, unless they go like the Venezuelan one did. The Venezuelan war lasted 1 day. It was a 1-day war. They took Venezuela's leader. They kidnapped him out of his bed. And they did it in one move. And then there was just no fighting. And now I guess we get oil from Venezuela. Like, now we're doing business. It's shocking. Shocking. If it could only go so well every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, but yeah, I mean, Iran's clearly not going that way. So we'll have to see how that ends. All right, let's see what we got. Klauf. Yeah, I mean, if he had stopped after Venezuela, I think he would have a much better shot at the midterms right now. All right, here's Klauf. The way it is currently, I think there is a fair chance he loses Congress or the Senate in the midterms. Probably Congress, right? Here goes. Most presidents lose midterms. You have to be really special to win. And I don't think he's delivered that feeling. Here it is. All right. Cloth from Scarlet Violet. So this cloth was originally priced for $70. He's been re-rolled 2 times. You can re-roll him 2 for $40. That would give you 8 cards if you re-roll them. Sounds like freedom to me. What? The artist Kazuki Minami is the one who did the Rayquaza. Yeah, I heard about that in a Instagram post. We have that Pikachu, by the way. The illustration winner. Pretty cool, huh? And now he's making a really, really important Pokemon card. I mean, that guy's basically just living a dream right now. Like, holy cow, man. You're like, everyone's going to know your name. You're famous. Being a Pokemon card artist makes you famous. Yeah, I did the art for the Rayquaza. All right, so he goes back in for 50, and then you re-roll for 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good luck in there. Poor Klauf. No one wants you, Klauf, because you're not Charizard. Guess you should have been Charizard. That's like real life, isn't it? All right, good luck, Roki Hyun. Give me that Pika Pika, please. All right, good luck. You might pull it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's see what we got. Metatite, Walkie Talkie, Jigglypuff, Bronzor. No, Bronzong. Simipore? Something. Oh, Suicune 9, it says. All right, you're going to pull Suicune 9. One day, I really hope I could be an artist for Pokemon. I love drawing Pokemon. Ah, that's really cool. How would you feel if you drew some Pokemon cards for me and I encapsulated and sold them like this one? I'd like to consider having some Poke artists do that. See this? This is my wife's drawing, and she's just kind of a casual artist, although she's gotten a lot better. But yeah, I mean, if I had another person drawing cards like that, I might consider encapsulating them and selling them the same way. So we could. Oh, it says my iPad's going to run out of power. By the way, it was nice of you to stop in, Mr. LaFlame. Nice to see you, man. So, Suicune. Here we are. Ooh. Suicune. It says P9, so I'm a little nervous for you. It might be a cheaper one. You might have been better off with the Klawf. Here it is. Oh my gosh, it is a cheaper one. He's $25 currently. He's been re-rolled. You can thank T-Rocket Grunt and Javier for that. Probably Team Rocket Grunt on this one, but yeah, he's at 25. So if you want to keep him, you can do that. If you want to re-roll him, you would get $20 on the re-roll. Here it is. Here's what he looks like. I'm going to re-roll. No problem. Let's get him re-rolled. I hear the hobby price has been going down. I think I heard the same thing. You know, it's funny, though, because when I go out there to look for something to buy, it certainly doesn't feel that way. But I think some of the modern cards have gotten cheaper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. How's crypto doing? I saw Bitcoin was up to 64,000, so that's kind of not a negative sign. Seems like it's going sideways. That's good. Here it is. Suicune. Are you still into crypto? What's your big thing in life right now, Mr. LaFlame? Maybe just modern then. Yeah, well, you know, it's hard to. I think for a true crash to occur, something has to happen. Like Wind and Waves comes out and nobody likes it, or Wind and Waves comes out and the new Wind and Waves booster box set is dookie. That's how the decline in Scarlet Violet started. But also, you know, just all these cards got to come back from PSA, like 12 million cards, and when they come back, the supply of Pokemon cards in the world is going to be so freaking high, dude. Been loading up for the next crypto. Nice. Made some money reselling World Cup tickets. Oh, cool, man. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you give 4. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. All right, what we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Darn. No luck there. I'm sorry, man. All right. That Klawf, man. Poor Klawf. If only Klawf had been born 6 foot tall, 6 inches, and with a 6-figure Pokemon card collection. My job is to trade index. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. All right. Well, Rudy is saying not to invest in the 30th anniversary. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to invest in these days. I don't like the Umbreon and the Espeon saying 30 in the card. That's annoying. It's got that Magikarp in the set, the one from Paldean Evolved, and I felt like that was too soon. And it kind of makes me sad for the Paldean Evolved Magikarp because it's a really special card. And then the Lugia is the big one, right? But the Lugia has like this goofy golden border. And then it's just a reprint of base set Charizard. Again, another Charizard reprint. It's going to do well, but it's going to be so overhyped and overpriced. And that could take a very long time to sort itself out. And we don't really know how much Pokemon's going to print. So I feel like anytime someone tells you not to invest in modern, it's like, how can you say that without knowing how much they're going to print? You know, you have to know how much, because if they don't print enough of it, it's going to do well. But if they overprint it like Hidden Fates, it's going to, you know, stagnate a little bit. when you do sort of an analysis of what's done very well over time, some cards stand out really well, like vintage. Vintage has done exceptionally well over time. We have a vintage break right here. And if we're lucky enough to hand out like a Dark Charizard to someone, even a non-holo Dark Charizard, that could be the best card in their collection for years. Just be a really high-performing card. Compare that to maybe like Crystal Lugia in the 30th anniversary. Maybe it'll do well, or maybe it will just, I don't know, just like stagnate and there'll be like a trillion of them. So it really comes down to the volume of cards that got printed. This kind of stuff is already out of print. That's what's so nice about it. And yeah, I don't know. Pokemon, it's the whole hobby itself is super, super, super oversaturated with rip and shippers and clever flippers and arbitrage finders. And, you know, it's all pushed to the limit of what people are willing to pay. And people are going to get bored. That happens with Pokemon. Like, Pokemon gets exciting and then people get bored of it. So, you know, it's, I'm performing like normal. Like, the way I acquire cards is my usual formula. And I don't really worry too much about the trends, you know? So, like, I'll stock up on the 30th anniversary and we'll just track and see how well it does, you know? Like, you don't have to buy 30th anniversary. There's so many other things to buy. Most anniversary sets have been overprinted. Yeah, maybe, but like Celebrations is going up, and 25th Celebrations is going up. I can't even find the 20th anniversary. I don't know what you got to spend to get that. That's probably really expensive. So, but maybe it's like that question. Oh, it's 5:30. I got to wrap up, guys. So maybe it's that question. Is this the cheapest the set's going to be right at release? Or will they reprint it enough that you can buy some of it later? I don't know. I have my private personal thoughts about how it all works. And I don't necessarily share it all. But it's like a formula, basically. It's sort of like, what are you predicting is going to be the hardest to restock in a year, or in 5 years, or in 10 years? And what's on the threshold of rapidly changing in price? So, you know, I've got my own personal thoughts on it all. And yeah, it doesn't matter what Rudy says. It actually matters what Pokemon did. That's what matters. So what matters is how Pokemon's running it. We don't know. You'll be able to sort of see the market, though. You know, we got 4 people in here. The Abra has 4 people now. That's a $5 break for if anyone wanted to know. Bought a couple more packs on the site. Oh, yeah, let me get those for you. We can add those to the outgoing package. Now, that package won't go out right away. Excuse me. That package won't go out right away. Let's see. Oh, I missed it. You bought it a while ago. It looked like it was... Hold on, let me grab those for you. My bad, dude. That looked like it was your shipping order. It wasn't. Ta-da! Here we are. All right. Wait, that's Time of Battle. Wrong one. Here we are. All right, 2 of these. My money's on Harry Potter. Harry Potter could do well. So Harry Potter is a lot more niche. I don't know how well it'll do. I think it does kind of depend on how well the TV show does, the one that's coming out. I'll tell you guys this. I'm a big fan of super vintage Disney cards. Like Disney cards that are from like 100 years ago. And for whatever weird reason, they're just very cheap. And it doesn't feel like that can last. And, you know, you hear me saying this. You can go buy like bubblegum Mickey Mouse for like $100 sometimes. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. When something's that cheap, sometimes it looks like it's never going to be expensive. Like you feel like, oh, that's what the market thinks of that product. But that's kind of how it works for when you buy something that eventually explodes in price. So we're seeing some strong performance from Lorcana right now. That's a Disney product. And all that needs to happen is there's a big enough of a group investing in Disney cards that they eventually turn their eyes toward vintage Disney. And there's not a lot of that. It's limited, and some of it's very special and very old. So, you know, one of my gambles is vintage Disney, because my prediction is that those are a nice thing to hold. That's my prediction on them. And it's kind of my job to curate what I think are profitable breaks for you guys. Meaning if you take home a $30 Bowser and he's, worth like 200 or 300, well, hopefully in the future he's worth like 1,000. That's the goal. And so, yeah, we look at vintage Mario and vintage Disney. And I don't know if I should be looking at others. Like maybe I should be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe I should be doing Dragon Ball. I'm not as good at those, I guess, would be one thing. But also, I feel like the Mario and the Disney seems so overlooked for some reason. Like people already know about Yu-Gi-Oh! And people already know about Dragon Ball. No one seems to care about vintage Disney, and no one seems to care about, vintage Mario. So that's why those are curious to me. I think you should get some signed Rift-bound cards too. I never played League of Legends, but I can tell you, the Rift-bound product has just out of the blue performed extremely well. We've sold tons of this Rift-bound, so without any doubt, this has been a top performer for us. It's definitely beating some of the other sort of like niche products. Like it's doing better, in my opinion, than Final Fantasy right now. Here we are. I got one of your vintage Disney breaks back in the day. Yeah, we could host another one. Yeah, those old bubblegum Mickey Mouse cards, I've been gobbling those up as fast as I can because they don't cost anything. They're so cheap, it's shocking. It would take so very little for a 100-year-old Mickey Mouse card to go from $100 to $200. It's just, there's almost no price change at that rate. When you compare that to like the Pokemon market, it's like pennies. So then the question becomes, is there anyone willing to spend money on Mickey Mouse? Somebody out there loves going to Disneyland and Disney World. Somebody loves all the Mickey brand products. And, they're nostalgic for it. In fact, there might be even an older audience for it, like Gen X. So, I'm watching those. And they could be a bad play. But they're such a cheap thing that they're a very easy play. Pokemon is very well known at this point. Like any Pokemon you buy is going to be like, you're buying it with the skin of your teeth. Your wallet's gaping. You have a gaped wallet. This is why this stream is for adults, by the way. And it's just really rough. So then you go over to like vintage Mickey and it's like, here's the top pull for $300. You're like, what? Why is this so cheap? You go over to Bubblegum Mickey Mouse. You go, why are these like nothing? Sent to last order. All right, sounds good. If you look into statistics, a lot of LOL players, especially in the US and China, that sounds good too. Yeah, that kind of stuff matters to me. I never personally played it. I know we've had other popular games, like we had Minecraft Panini cards, but no one really went crazy for those. And then we also had the Fortnite cards, which did sell kind of well. I wouldn't say that they've been a bad performer. They've always sold, but no one's really going crazy for them. Like the pack price has remained pretty consistent for a while. 25th Celebration Pack. Oh, yeah. These are pricey, and I may need to raise the price on them because I think it might be out of date. I think the price might have gone up. Now I just got to find out where we're hiding them. I know there's one somewhere. Roki Hune, you're going kind of deep tonight, huh? All right, we got Crown Zenith. We got Black Bolt. Let's see. Where am I storing them? Well, we might be out of them. I apologize, but we might be out of them. I thought there was one more pack, wasn't there? There is a pack. I know where it is. There's one more pack over here. Now we might be sold out of them, though. Ah, the price pack. Here it is. So, if I can't find any more, we're going to have to mark them as sold out. I'm trying to spend more on breaks now, especially vintages. If they out, then just add me on credit. Here we are. So, you ready? So, this is Roki Hune. Okay. This was the advertisement pack. Here's Dialga. Ooh. Zekrom. Ooh. Reshiram. Ooh. And Pikachu. Ooh. Wow, nice looking Pikachu, man. Beautiful card. That card's really expensive in a 10 these days. This full art Pikachu. And then here are your holos. I'm not excited for Indifferent About It, Alex. What did he do? Flamer excited for Gavin Newsom going to jail. There we go. Ooh. Need a flush for Pokemon. Everything's so expensive. Let me buy cheap, cheap, cheap. You know, it's weird, LaFlame. I don't think there's going to be a flush. I actually don't. Pokemon like spiked and then fell in 2023, 2024. This time around, I don't think it's going to do that. I think you could see a price decline, but you won't see cards do like a massive drop, especially anything good. And I think the reason for that is because people are expecting that drop. So the market's already anticipating a drop and they've already accepted it. They've gone, that's fine. So this time around, I think people are probably going to hold on to their cards in the next Pokemon recession instead of trying to liquidate really fast. And kind of like this. So we saw like a big spike, and maybe it peaks in 2021, and then it slows down, and then falls kind of like this in 23, 24, right? And now, oh, you know what? I should have drawn this at the bottom of the card like this. So let's try that again. So I think there was a peak in 21, and then it cools down in 22, and then it kind of falls pretty bad in 23, 24. And then it jumps really high in 25, 26, like that. And so what you could see is maybe this, where it goes down that way. I just don't think it ever falls back down to 23, 24 again. I think that time period's over. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that now there's like this market for it where, you know, there's people who go to the Collecticons and they want to sell cards back and forth to each other all day long like a game. And then it's also all these companies selling these online gambling packs. So those gambling packs, unless they get legislated away, they're not going anywhere. And so it's sort of like a loophole for gambling. And gambling's very popular. That's what people like to do with their spare time. You know, you got like Las Vegas, which is a place Kirsten and I are thinking of moving to, Las Vegas. People go there for a reason. It's rich for a reason. It's because people enjoy gambling. And so all those, you know, break booster pack websites, they're like in their infancy. They just started. GameStop's the early mover on that, but there's going to be a lot of them over time. And they're just going to keep gobbling up the slabs and storing them in inventory because they're scared they're going to get, you know, they're scared they're going to get priced out and they're not going to be able to advertise their slot machine. So to advertise your slot machine, you have to have like Crystal Guardian, you know, or Crystal Charizard, Crystal Lugia. You have to have something to draw people in to those, you know, those packs. And so they always have to have some supply of that, and they're going to fight over the inventory. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible Pokemon falls back down, especially if the economy is bad, especially if people get bored. I think that's a big one, boredom. Especially if, like, Winds and Waves does bad, or, like, maybe every single brand under the sun starts printing cards. You know, every single big brand gets their own card collection. Like, Riftbound is new. So now Riftbound pulls some Pokemon money away. But the idea of these websites, unless they get legislated away, they're sticking around. You know, okay, it's 5:42. I got to go. I gots to go, guys. It is time. Who wants on here? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to go ahead and activate the giveaway in the stream this time. We'll use the keyword free. We're going to click next, next. Done. All right. I saw an Empoleon holo from Diamond Pearl go for $57. Just a basic, simple holo. And Empoleon isn't even a really popular Pokemon. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been paying attention to those holo cards because they look very lovely. And I think that they get underestimated because they are weirdly very hard to grade. Whereas everyone graded the hits. Many people just kind of left the hollows alone, and it could take a very long time to grade all the hollows from those sets. But yeah, I mean, the hollows are printed differently, aren't they? They're printed in a way where they might have easy print lines compared to like the textured cards. Textured cards usually don't have as many like print lines or anything like that. Okay, there's Dawn Twinleaf. That's Terry He, right? Here's Alex. Here's Shinobi. Here's Jorge. We let number 20 be Alexis. All right, she gets to be on here. She came in and did the shipping today. You ready? Landing on 5, Joseph Smith. Wow, does he know he pulled this? I think he's gone to bed already. All right, cool, man. Yeah, those websites doing the mystery packs, that's big money. Somebody's becoming a multi-millionaire selling those mystery packs, and it's all automated now. It's on the internet. The question is, when does the government get involved? The government one day is going to make a decision whether or not they allow that to count as not gambling, and I hope they do, because I like Pokemon cards a lot, and I don't think I don't want the government getting involved and saying, "Oh, you can't do what you want to do with your own money." Sorry, but the government always gets involved. Somebody complains. You should do it too, mister. You got the inventory. For like a website for mystery packs. Yeah. It sounds interesting. I don't know if it's my style, Like, so let's say I could get Karis and maybe like hire another software engineer or something, and we made like a mystery pack website. And it was good. Let's say the website was secure. Let's say it couldn't be hacked, meddled with, and people were opening it up, and packs were just selling, and the slabs were just going. Boy, I'd have to work my ass off keeping up with it. First of all, it would change the nature of what I do all day long. I would be a slab acquirer, and I wouldn't have time to go live and sell to you guys anymore. So my job would change. Maybe I would make more money. Maybe I would be able to sell the website to somebody. But I kind of like what I'm doing. So I don't know if I would get into that. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole, like getting into card grading too, like actual, like a card grading company. Like, it's fun to think about, but I kind of like being a YouTuber. I've been doing YouTube since the game Economist, and I enjoy it. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. I can give you the odds and EV from where I got clapped 20K. House only takes edge, so I guess why not? All right, guys. So thank you all for being here. The sun's way up. I'm hopping off. See you later, everybody.